Whoop, 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 whoop. Here we go, yo. Bitch asses!
Yeah! Sound flicks when the night's thick. Eyes fixed on the screen, dudes moving quick. Jump kicks, flying won't never miss. Every shadow watching in my own living abyss. Who's lead marathons, never go resist. Fists harder than bricks, no CGI tricks. Jackie Chan stunts, man, he take risks. Moving furniture from my room like I'm in the mix. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction. Golden harvest, nice pure distraction. Old school magic, living reenaction. Wu-Tang samples on vinyl spins. Grip the mic like we move by, legend begins. Shaw Brothers make the stage incite sins. Moving like a mantis leaves you with chip chin. Zooming close, transfixed by the vision. Crouching tiger, high as a pigeon. Gently fights the five physics precision. Shadowichi blind and sees the incision. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction. Golden harvest, nights pure distraction. Old school magic, living reenaction. Film grace, but just like a worthy's voice. That's the legend, we ain't got a choice. Mosh, we call magic, them boys rejoice. Old rituals, new perspective voice. The flying guillotine fights know the cease. Swordsman battery fights like delicate yeast. Choreographed combat, call a Capulet feast. Loud car lungs teaching, student of the beast. 5 minutes crew stay etched in my mind. Dodging arrows like time, skills refined. Steel fan in the hand, fan made for wine. From black and white prints to remastered shine. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction. Golden harvest, nights pure distraction. Old school magic, living reenaction. Living reenaction. Living reenaction. Living reenaction. Wu-Tang. Dirty voice. That's the legend, we ain't got a choice. We ain't got a choice. Mosh, we call magic. The boys rejoice. Old rituals. New perspective voice.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Kung Fu Theater. Yeah, tonight, what are we talking about? We are talking about the legendary, the iconic, the drive-in, grindhouse classic, The Street Fighter, 1974, starring Sonny motherfucking Chiba. Who is Sonny Chiba? I mean, look, if you don't know who Sonny Chiba is, I will forgive you. If Sonny Chiba will forgive you for that, I can't say, right? You know, the guy's got a fucking short fuse. But we're going to be talking about him tonight. We're going to be talking about his career. And so if you don't know anything about Sonny Chiba, you're going to learn a lot tonight. And if you're a Sonny Chiba fan and a fan of tonight's movie, The Street Fighter, which, by the way, you can watch by clicking on a link that is down below in the description. What can I say? You are you are in the right place. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're definitely gonna be, watching some clips and everything. But first, my God, it's enough of me just yakking. Let me bring on my boy, your boy. If you didn't know that he's your boy, I'm here to tell you he's your boy, Matt. What's going on?
What up, man? You got a bunch of people turning out for this too. What up, James Hurley and Brian Suddenly Old? What's up, Matthew Crick? And what's up, Mark Greenwald, everyone for turning out.
Yeah.
The Kung Fu Fools, Kung Fu Theater.
Yeah, baby. And Mark Greenwell says, Brian, do you have the Shaw Brothers box sets from Arrow Video? Much to my shame, I do not. Those look fucking sweet because I already have those in like other editions, you know. But one of these days, maybe if I have money just to spend on shit like that, which I probably shouldn't be doing right now. And James Hurley, good to see you, man. Sonny Chiba, the king, without a fucking doubt. Brian Suddenly Old, welcome everybody. Oh, and what up, Pops? Do I like the background? No, I think it's hot shit. No, I think it's cool. Can't complain about that. It's fire. Yeah. And speaking of fire, here's a guy that brings the fire every time he puts the pencil to paper or the paintbrush to canvas. I'm talking about my man, Preston Acevedo.
This was a good movie. It was really good.
You think so?
You know, the X-ray cutscenes?
Yes.
Like, even though they were raw as fuck, they were still pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's a foam rubber skull, dude. It's a foam rubber skull.
It was, but it was still cool. Like
it's
like
still
you could
awesome.
see it, and it was like, I don't know, maybe it didn't age well, but I was like, dude, if they could do that nowadays, that shit would look badass.
Well, also, if somebody did that in a comic book, you'd have the option, because that's the thing too. By the way, everybody, it's not a secret or anything like that. We are working on a comic book adaptation of the Street Fighter. Yes. Soon, Terry Tsurugi will be coming to the comic book pages. And I can't wait to make this happen. Preston was like, I mean, we've been talking about doing like a martial arts comic or a kung fu comic for a while now, right? And Preston, naturally, I want to know what he wants to draw. And he wants to draw some fucking Five Deadly Venom shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I know what the perfect story. Terry Tsurugi, the character that is the Street Fighter that we know in these movies, is half Chinese and half Japanese. So this story is gonna take him from the world of the Japanese karate movie into the world of the Hong Kong martial arts movie.
Well, one of the things I liked about this movie too is that it wasn't just like, they did have some like mystical villains in here too, like the swordsman towards the end with the
comic booky
eyes,
villains,
like,
man. Yeah. Right out of a fucking comic book, yeah.
Yeah, they would try, and I mean, the effects were kind of shit because they had him keep like blinking out, and from the sunlight or something like that. But it was obvious, like he was like turning invisible. I'm saying, I was like, that's pretty sweet. All right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you wanted like some magic or something like that. That's what I'm talking about, like kung fu magic, as opposed to like, dragons flying through the sky. And, people turning into snakes and shit like that.
And another thing too was like, he takes an ass whipping in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
All the way through. He doesn't just dish it out. He takes a good bit of an ass whipping in this movie.
Look, the definition of a hero. How do you rank a hero? If they can whip ass, yeah, that's cool. But how much of an ass whipping can they take?
Exactly.
Mad Max 2. He gets his ass handed to him hard. Conan the Barbarian gets his ass handed to him again and again and again and again, and he just keeps coming, right? Yep. Because in the martial arts, for instance, there's this expression of heart, right? And that's like, okay, well, if you can whip some ass, that's cool, but can you take a shot and keep coming? No, I'm not that kind of guy. You kick. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like that's in any fight genre. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I mean, it's how much you can take, not how much you can dish out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Even in boxing has it's all about heart.
Yep. Absolutely. Right. Whereas, like, if you were like come up and like heel kick me in the chest really hard, I'd be like, I'm good. Let go sit down. I'm good, bro. But yeah, it's, do you have endurance? Right. And this is a character who gets his ass handed to him, but also had his ass handed to him when he was a little fucking boy. Right? He's a very fucked up character. Takuma Terry Tsurugi is basically a bad guy, right? Yeah. And this is one of the things we were talking about before the stream that I wanted to talk about during the stream, right? In Japan in the 70s, by the way, if you haven't seen or you're not familiar with Japanese pulp cinema. That's what I call it. Japanese pulp cinema from like the late 60s into the 70s. You're missing out. What they would basically do is they would shoot a lot of these movies back to back, and instead of releasing them years apart, they would release them 6 months apart.
Ooh,
so
nice.
every year you got 2 Zatoichi movies.
That's awesome.
Right? You got 2 Sleepy Eyes of Death. The Sleepy Eyes of Death movies are fucking lit. Oh my God, those are so fucking awesome. They're about Namori Kyoshiro, the son of the Black Mass. He's like a samurai, a ronin, whose Japanese mother was essayed by a Spanish satanic monk.
Holy shit.
Who conceived him during like a Black Mass. And he has red hair. So everybody can tell that he's like, you know, half barbarian. He's like a half-breed, right? And so he doesn't fucking fall in love with chicks. He just bangs ho-ho-hos, and he's just always riding solo. And he has like this love-hate relationship with Christianity. Well, I mean, that's a whole other movie series. We should actually do one of those. The Human Tarantula is
Hot
probably
damn, I'm down.
The, those are so fucking good. But you could take a character that was basically a bad guy and make him the protagonist. It's kind of like the closest thing I could think to it were the gangster movies of like the early 30s and 40s, pre-Hays Code, right? Now, mind you, they did have a rule, especially after the Hays Code, where, okay, the main character can be a gangster, but at the end, he has to lose, and there has to be a strong message of crime does not pay, that sort of a thing.
Like Johnny Dangerously.
Right.
Crime
doesn't
pay.
Yeah. You had to do that. Yeah.
So what we were talking about last week, right? So I went and seen The Crow. You know, actually, seen The Crow.
Oh, you saw it?
It was absolutely the worst fucking movie I've ever seen.
It's ass, right?
And dude, I mean, in the beginning, I was like, are they working at the Pepto-Bismol factory? I was like, kind of looks like they work at the Pepto-Bismol factory. Well, they were all wearing these Pepto-Bismol pink uniforms.
Yeah, I've seen that on the trailer.
But you know what? If I had to go to prison, I'll deal with the fucking Pepto-Bismol, the pink fucking jumpsuit, because it's co-ed.
Yeah.
That was there's fucking chicks hanging out, man. You don't have to just look at other dudes all day.
Well, it wasn't a prison.
It was
rehab, right? Yeah. But it was a state-run rehab. Like you wasn't allowed to leave. You know what I'm saying? And that was strange, but I was like, okay. And the chick they had playing like, you know, his girl in there,
Shelley Webster,
absolutely fucking hideous. You know, she had like an underbite, and she had a lisp whenever she talked.
She looked like she brought you, bro. She had them fangs. Like,
she's not a bad actor, and they have decent enough chemistry.
Nah, she wasn't very good. She wasn't a very good actress. But
and definitely not hot enough. Definitely not hot enough.
It definitely looked like somebody went in there with a chisel and chiseled out her teeth. Snap. You know what I'm saying? Her eyes were a little bit too far apart. You know, I'm serious, dude. Like, if you watch this movie, everything I'm saying to you, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, "That motherfucker's right." When she talks a lot like that. Like her tongue is too big for her mouth.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's not somebody who probably should be in movies. Now, on the other hand,
spectrum at first, I was like, "Is this chick on the spectrum? Is he making out with somebody on the spectrum?" I was like,
what's the one thing in that movie that isn't fucked up? It's Bill Skarsgård.
Here's the thing: the movie actually turns good
for about 5 minutes of the opera house.
When they go into the opera house, right? In the opera house, it's like amazing. The best. It's The Crow.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's when it becomes The Crow. Yeah, everything, but that's literally like the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
the last 15 minutes of the movie. Like it's
the whole demotion thing. Like they demote him. That Kronos character demotes him. I thought that was stupid. I like
the thing where they rewrote the lore.
Epstein concept I thought was pretty cool, and I don't have nothing wrong with there being like a, you know, like a
the villains
black
would have been
magic
fine.
for the villain. You know,
no, the villain was good. Yeah, the villain was
There
definitely
wasn't
good.
enough of them,
Yeah,
but there wasn't
yeah.
enough of the villains, is what I'm
The
saying.
problem is that they never like it would have been, dude. If I had to write this movie, I'd be like, okay, now the crows, and then you got the snakes from the old TV show, right?
Right,
the
right,
Crow
right.
TV show.
Yeah.
I would have made that dude like part of the snake cult or something like
Yeah,
that,
it makes
right?
sense. It's
Right.
Draconian,
And I
you
was
know?
like, who is this dude in the afterlife instructing the crow? The crow,
Right.
like
And that
Eric
actor,
even never had, and he was terrible, dude. He
terrible.
was terrible.
No
fucking actor.
charisma. No
No.
charisma.
Old cowboy or something.
Yes.
To be honest, like the crows that they had in that area, like that was the afterlife part really wasn't that bad, you know.
Okay.
Just
The
take that
world
dude
or
up because he never had no business being there. Yeah, I would have felt better if they just had a crow talking to him. You know what I'm saying?
Like Big Bird, like Big Crow, like hey,
yeah, kind of like just the crow, like, hey, dude, you know, you
like
fucked
Dark
up, you're
Crystal?
dead,
like
you know, like
Dark Crystal,
Like in the comic book.
Jim Henson shit. That'd be
dude,
dope.
I would have been totally cool with that. But this thing where they had this they rewrote all of the lore that O'Barr set in motion was it kind of pissed me off, dude. I'll be very honest with you. Like that irritated the shit out of me.
But he signed off on it. That's what kind of tricked me out. Like, does he just want like a payday, or does he want something so void of what he?
O'Barr's kind of old, you know.
He doesn't
like,
own the rights either. He doesn't own the rights. He doesn't own the rights either. That's the thing.
He signed the rights over, didn't he? Yeah.
David J. Shaw and John Shirley, who were short story writers that I remember from when I was a kid, right? Who wrote dope horror stories. They were part of the scene, the literary scene that was known as the Splatterpunks, right?
Yeah.
Joe Lansdale, Skip Inspector, people like that came from that scene, the Splatterpunks, right? And they found this comic, and it was obscure as fuck. People have to realize that the Crow was obscure. It was not being reprinted. It was, you couldn't even find it. It was published by Caliber, and people were like, "Who?" I'm like, "Yeah, exactly."
That was before my time.
The 80s.
In my time, it was huge. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you walk in a Hot Topic, and it's right there, literally on the cash register. The graphic
novel. Brian's talking before Hot Topic.
Yep.
But you know, like
80s.
James O'Barr has a ton of good shit, like Vex. You know what I'm saying? Like the two demon brothers that it was a very short like run on that. Like it was only a couple of books, and that was about it. And it couldn't get legs. But I don't know, dude. Like, and you're right. Like the Crow, I think the Crow was such a good story. I think eventually it would have got picked up by somebody if it was those guys or not. You know what I'm saying? I just think
right.
Whoever wrote O'Barr a check was the one that got the Crow because O'Barr was addicted to heroin at the time. So
not surprising. You know what? That explains why he hasn't done anything really since the Crow.
Yeah,
that I'm aware of.
I know he's doing
heroin use.
That's right there, man. I'm telling you, like heroin addicts, dude. That's why I made sure never to fuck with that shit.
Yeah,
but was because I was like, okay, I see how this kills people's creativity. Right?
Oh, man,
tried it once, was like, this is great. I can never do it again because it will kill my ambition. And
I don't know about creativity because I never did heroin before, but you're right. James O'Barr never did anything.
I've seen it. You see it.
But he can, his skills are still there. Like I've seen the dude just wipe out a Crow painting like right in front of me.
Yeah, I've seen his commission. I think Shelby got one over the week or like 2 weeks ago. Robinson, he got one from O'Barr. You know the sketch covers.
His skills are insane, dude. He is
doing sketch covers he's still conning it up. So
I don't think you're ever really clean once you start doing that type of.
I know. They always relapse usually.
I want to meet him though, man. I'd love to get like a sketch cover.
He's all right. I met him twice, and he's kind of real, like he looks like an ex-heroin addict.
Yeah, he's damaged.
Him and Simonson, man. That'd be pretty. Get some pieces from them. I want to get some sketch covers. That's what I want.
Yeah. But like the one thing that's good about that movie is Bill Skarsgård. Right?
He was good. He was a good Crow, dude. Like I liked him. I thought he was awesome. Yeah.
He got big. He was saying like I had to be careful because I was getting too swole. He's like I got too swole to a point. He said I had to stop working out.
And they show him a lot in that with his shirt off, obviously for the ladies, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Let the ladies have their beefcake, and some of the fellas too. Let's face it, right?
No, cool. I thought he made a great Crow, and I liked the tattoos. I thought the tattoos were good too. Like, and I think he was a great successor to to like Brandon, but
yes,
Like,
they called
Eric
the
Draven.
character
I
another
was thinking it
name.
ticked me off.
and he was awesome in Boy Kills World. Like I mean, that was
that's where he got
badass
swole.
That's what I want to watch.
Yeah,
That's where he got
dude.
swole. He went from
Look,
that
you were in for a
to the
treat,
pro.
dude. The dude that does Bob's Burgers does the whole narration throughout the whole movie.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's
Like,
his
pick that
inner.
up.
Yeah, that's how he hears his own voice because he's a deaf mute, and that's kind of like it's fun. And it's got like the guy who's like the Salat master. He was the guy that was like one of the he was like not the arch villain, but the arch goon in the Raid.
Oh,
You know the guy I'm talking about? He's also in the John Wick movies.
The little guy?
Little Indonesian guy, long
like 4'10".
hair, beard, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you up, right?
Dope. Yeah.
Cut you off at the knees. That guy's really interesting too, because what he's doing is Hollywood was like, come here. And he's like, no, okay, I'll go there to work. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back home and I'm going to take the money you gave me and I'm going to create a school that's going to create the dopest stunt crew in the world that I could put together. And so he's taking people like kids off the fucking streets and shit and hooking people up in his community. And because nobody can do that shit better than they can.
They haven't made a movie in a while, dude.
I know.
Like they did the Star Wars movie. They did that little appearance, because they did that little cameo, the Raid crew,
Oh, I didn't see that.
Force? They're in the Force Awakens. They're bounty hunters with Harrison Ford and shit. So you got to look real close.
Okay.
And then after
I
that,
think that's the main thing. Is that they're doing Hollywood shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh wait, yeah. They're just doing.
I would love to.
They split up. They're not a team anymore. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, because Thailand was coming so hard and so fast and so fucking strong, and of course those dudes are from Indonesia, and I mean, fucking Ika Uwais is fucking legit as fuck. Holy shit! Like that guy should be a much bigger star than he is. Now, of course, one of the things, we're a comic book related show, so naturally we got to look at the art, right?
And there's me like some Neil Adams or like Buscema like style, but not really.
That's definitely a Buscema style right there. Actually, that looks like Jim Starlin. That looks exactly like a Jim Starlin style.
I love it.
It
Big
looks
yellow in the background, yellow and blood red, mustard and
dude.
Ketchup.
It's
anatomy
sucks,
but that's
kung fu
badass.
as fuck.
Yeah, George Perez.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that big old cinder block that Deadly Hands of Kung Fu Omnibus, and the people that are in there, right? Because remember on another stream, I was like, hey, like, who do you think this is? And it ended up being George Perez. And there's no way you could look at that art and figure out that was George Perez.
I just love the motion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whenever there's like a piece, like that's really like my favorite thing of comic book art is the whole Frazetta idea of a motherfucker taking on the world, but every said motherfucker is moving. You know what I mean? And that's
the movement.
Is they're moving.
It's called the flow.
Versus
this motherfucker down here clutching the plate, his empty eye socket.
Look at his spine, dude.
You've got that
on the side, looks like a snake, and then his legs are all folded up.
Right. And then of course you got the damsel in distress, right?
A nice foot in the foreground. Looks dope.
Right. And her shirt's all ripped up, right? So it looks like these guys are essaying her, and we know what Terry Tsurugi does to motherfuckers that essay chicks. We're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be looking at that scene.
Well, that's the thing about doing
though.
That's the thing about doing pinups and stuff like this, is to make it as interesting as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make your main character like as detailed and as awesome as you can, but then you want to hide shit all up inside of it. Yeah.
I know. And you can just keep coming back to it. Look at that guy's legs, for instance.
Yeah. In the movie, he didn't rock this specific attire, I don't think, once. Like specifically like that. I don't think he did.
No, the leather jacket, he never wears that. He always has this. He always has the same costume.
Oh, really?
It's like a black gi, a leather belt with like metal studs and shit. Yeah. And he's wearing on his forearms, samurai gauntlets.
Yeah.
Oh, he rocks the
samurai gauntlets.
This right there. There you go. He looks like a badass.
I don't think that actually, like, that's. I know that's probably the right gauntlets that he wears in the movie, but you can't see like how right there you can see it, how awesome the gauntlets are, because it's got
like
those
the three metal-
blades. Yeah, and the metal plates like hidden inside of it.
Yep.
There's
That's
those
awesome.
little
Whoever
daggers.
did that,
Oh,
that's
nice.
badass.
It's part of the character, but yeah, the way he's always dressed is, unless he's in disguise, is that what he's wearing right there, and then he has a black like military jacket that he wears.
Dude, like I
Over
swear,
that.
like I watched the movie, right? And I don't remember seeing any of the X-ray shit, and I was looking for it. So I don't know if it was a.
They had one, that one that
dude.
they just showed on that last
Okay.
poster.
I'm gonna have to
where
go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, dude, it's quick. It's like he hits him in the head, and the skull kind of pops up, and then dude's just spewing blood everywhere, dude.
Does 2 have any X-ray shots?
No.
Okay.
But it does have like motherfuckers' eyeballs popping out of their fucking skulls.
Oh yeah,
That's a
art
pretty
right
cool
there.
piece of fan art right there.
Yeah, man, I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Although
that's pretty badass.
Although I think my man Preston Acevedo could knock this shit out of the fucking water.
Oh, for sure.
Give it a shot.
He looks pretty swole right there, dude.
Yeah, the dude's not. He's not a small guy, dude. Like he's
like a regular Bolo
He's
young
for
right
Japanese.
there, if I do say so.
Trust me, this.
Whoa, he's just ripped.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about ripped. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess for
yeah.
a Japanese guy, he's
Oh,
ripped.
dude.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
But-
that's the thing. It's just like he doesn't
You
have
see
a
right
lot
there,
of
he doesn't look
bulk
ripped.
on
He just looks like Bruce Lee back in the day, where he was just like fucking just solid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. As opposed to Bolo, who is swole as fuck.
Yeah, he's swole.
Yeah, he's the definition of swole.
Swole, son. Swole,
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 young.
son.
Yeah, man.
Swole.
No fucking shit. That's just for real right there. Yeah, this is great right there.
This is like how
X-rated
to.
Right there.
Violence.
How to.
Yeah, is this fucking great?
It's a manual, bro. It's a manual. That'd be dope on a T-shirt. How does
Teeth shattering, skull smashing, heart stopping, spine crushing, throat ripping, bone breaking, groin tearing, wig splitting, eye gouging. Sold, right?
How to
And that's
shoot
the other
blood.
thing too is I know Preston can do. He loves doing gnarly fucking gore, and we're gonna be able to do gnarly fucking shit with this character.
yeah, Brian limited me on the amount of gore I can put in 6-Gun Gorilla. He's like, "Can you please take the eyeball out? That's kind of distracting from the."
And he's never gonna forgive me for it either. We're gonna be like
Nah, I'm just
accepting,
fucking with you.
we're gonna be both accepting lifetime achievement awards at the Eisners, because we're gonna do like some Watchmen type of shit together. And we were gonna be in like in our 80s and shit, and then he's just gonna fucking, as we're on the stage, he's gonna take out a little Italian stiletto and stick it right in my armpit and be
I
like,
think
"That's for the eyeball, motherfucker."
Between the ribs?
I think Non-Devils is going to be our Watchmen achievement.
I think it
That's
very
what
well
it
could
is.
be. I think it very well could be. I think it absolutely has that that potential. This is too fucking artsy fartsy right here.
I'm not feeling it. I don't. I
Nah,
like the
that
eyebrow.
looks-
I mean, it's
Yeah, it looks like the hills have eyes or something like that.
just not feeling it.
It's
The
too
Chinese
fucking
hills
artsy.
have eyes.
Yeah, it's
And
just,
for me, like, I'm the type of person where, like, if I like something, I like something. I don't need a reason. If I like you, I like you. I don't like you. I'm just real primal and brutal like that. I don't really need a reason for it. I ain't feeling it.
oh well, yes, art is like that. Whether it's
Mhm.
music, whether it's painting,
too.
whether it's cinema, any art form.
Why
It
don't I
either
like
works with
this?
That's fantastic.
Right.
You fucking fascist.
And sometimes
Let me
you can
ponder
tell.
why I don't like something. Now I'm just like, I just don't like it.
Dude, that's what I'm
Well,
talking
yeah.
about. Like his facial expressions throughout this
Oh, I
whole
love it,
movie are,
dude.
like, fucking hilarious.
Doing the Elvis, dude. Like,
And whenever he kills somebody, he's like, yeah. He takes 5 minutes to go ahead and strain, like he's having an orgasm. Or something.
That's what I'm fucking talking about right there. All the fucking cheeing up that he does, the weird facial expressions. The thing about the character is that he is very sort of almost ape-like, right? There's like a caveman sort of a aspect
beast.
to him.
yeah,
Even like the way he fights when he gets down really low,
yeah,
he's like this glowering fucking beast.
yeah. He's a
Basically.
beast. I love the way he like looks at people on the periphery, and he just like kind of creeps over him on the side. He's like, "I see you, bitch." He kind of goes at him like a crab, kind of. He kicks him.
Reminds me of a spider. when he
Yeah,
was like
very
stalking his
spider-like.
prey or something like that.
Yeah.
These are pussy stills right here.
Yeah, he looks like badass like that, like without the shirt and just the gauntlets, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool poster right there. You got this is great too. I love this because
Yeah, I
up
like this
top you've got the Japanese photographs, right? The photograph posters that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And the Japanese, for some reason, they were really great at doing those like in an arty way. You know, unlike this Photoshop shit that you see these days. They would do really interesting things with shots and perspectives and shit. They were cool, right? But what's great about this is you get that up top, and then down here,
yeah, dude, all that
you've
fun
got your fucking comic book shit.
Get your manga.
Yup.
That's that old school manga that was the shit, bro. Like I love that was all like 80s movies inspired. Like they were all watching Rambo and Commando and fucking Terminator, you know what I mean? And the westerns, you know, like Vampire Hunter D and Fist of the North Star and Akira, Ninja Scroll, like I don't know, Berserk. Like that early shit was my favorite, man.
Dope.
Hey,
dope.
I got an announcement.
Okay.
So it came out today at Lionsgate, signed a deal with an AI company called Runaway in hopes that it can eliminate storyboard artists and VFX crews.
Are you fucking
on its
serious?
roster. Yeah.
Fuck those guys, man. And
Fuck
I'll show it to you. You want
start to get into the storyboarding industry.
Yeah. So if you're planning on finding a career in the movie industry or animation,
yeah,
those jobs are going to be non-existent very, very soon.
Well, we'll be making our human comics, you know.
I won't be watching any of that shit.
I won't watch a fucking movie then. I won't watch anything.
No, they could go straight to hell. They
I
could
don't care
go
if they make the Conan movie.
straight to
I
hell.
don't care if they make the next Conan remake. I don't care if they make the next Zelda movie. They can go fucking.
Yeah,
you know,
they could go. Yeah, they could go eat a wheelbarrow full of
dick
fucking
suckers.
dicks. Fuck that shit. But yeah, well, why are they doing that? Because they want to save money because they're fucking greedy. And
pretty
also,
soon, I mean, what is the biggest expense to Hollywood whenever they're making a movie?
Yeah, fact.
people. Yeah,
Actors.
Labor, yeah.
Oh,
So-
well, I mean, look, certain people, certain dummies you can replace, right? Writers, for instance. Like, that's what I've always said. Like, I don't think you artists have anything to worry about. We writers, on the other hand, you can't tell me that an AI couldn't write a fucking Marvel movie.
Well, pretty soon, what they're going to do is they're just going to take old images of Tom Cruise and just make a whole new movie just using AI.
Well, dude, you know what I heard? I heard that they're gonna have this like new service when you come home, and you pick what you want. Like you pick the actor and the director, and you know where you want it to go, and then it generates it for you right there. It's gonna be like that's the future, you know.
That would be fascinating. I think that there could be some cool things there. I'm not as anti-AI as some people are. I am anti-AI.
That's godlike power, and I don't think that's just too godlike. You know.
Well, what I'm thinking is one, if there's no anticipation for something, then it's not really worth having at that point.
Yeah, it's like a whore basically. It's all like fucking homie hop. You know, everybody had a piece of her. That's.
But also, you're talking about like eliminating millions of jobs and killing the art industry completely.
Yes, yes, fuck that. You know, I mean, just on moral grounds, I would boycott anything. I'm going to boycott anything from fucking Lionsgate.
But can you make some dope shit and entertain yourself? And does it sound dope? Fuck yeah. But thing is, I have to be just like draw a line, like fuck AI. You know what I mean? I just have like principles, and I stand by that. You know.
Well, look, like for instance, it's like we can't use copyrighted music for our intros, right? So for the music for the intro for the stream, I did a bunch of different AI songs, right?
Motherfucker,
fooling around, right?
I know you did. I could tell.
And here's the thing that's fucked up. This is the thing that's fucked up. The song that opens the stream, the rapper gives fucking props to Laurie Calcaterra. How the fuck does the AI even know who Laurie Calcaterra is? He's the little old guy that Sammo Hung is fighting in that clip from Pedicab Driver. right? But in other words, naming somebody that the only way that you're going to know who the fuck that is if you're fucking, you know, balls deep into fucking like kung fu movies. So that like kind of made me go, whoa.
Well, maybe AI watches kung fu movies when it's not creating.
Yeah, you know.
Well, I like the part where just for no reason, it just goes Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
like,
but you see what James Hurley just said, Lionsgate's in debt with the Crow movie and also Borderlands.
Yeah,
they're in debt because they're creating movies that don't appeal to crowds.
They're
in debt
dog
because
shit.
they're doing political movies. You see what I'm saying? Like,
stop making dog shit.
Exactly.
Remake bad movies from like the 80s and the 70s.
Yes.
So they'll save money on making this woke junk that they're trying to put out. It's going to be great. The future looks great. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, here's the thing. There's going to be people like us that are going to be making the real shit. And there are going to be people who are going to want the real shit. And, you know, the plebs, like, you know, just basic bitches, those are the same people that are generally marching into Marvel movies, no matter how fucking bad they are. Let them have that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? They would have been into our shit anyway. Let that shit be made by fucking AI. But
it will. It will.
James Hurley, what's the photo? He says, Brian and crew, would Sonny Chiba win in a fight against Bruce Lee? That's a tough one. I have no idea. Bruce Lee never claimed to be like the greatest martial artist in the world. I always thought of him as the ambassador. He was the guy that introduced martial arts to the world, right? And that's because he was Chinese American. He was of Chinese and German descent and was born, I believe, in San Francisco, right? So he was an American citizen, and then his family moved to Hong Kong. So he had a foot in both worlds, in each of those worlds. And he really wanted to show the beauty of Kung Fu culture to a wider audience. And, you know, that's why the Kung Fu TV series, he tried to get that made. Think of how dope that would have been if that had Bruce Lee instead of fucking David Carradine.
Oh, that would have been sick. I remember in the movie.
David Carradine was a master martial artist, though, from what I understand.
No, he wasn't. He was like a dancer. He was like a dancer.
Oh,
and he's too busy to learn. As a matter of fact, you know, it's really interesting because they include the articles in that Deadly Hands of Kung Fu omnibus that I have, and there's an article about David Carradine, and in it he expresses his complete disinterest in martial arts. Like, it just didn't interest him.
Well, because he's an actor. He's not. He's always an actor.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Keanu Reeves learned how to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker right here, Sonny Chiba, was the founder of what became known as the Tokyo Fight Club. And that was, the Tokyo Action Club.
Nice.
Where he had studied karate under Masoyama. Masoyama was like the hardest motherfucker ever. This is a guy that killed a bull with his bare hands.
Damn, like a pit bull.
Like karate chopped it in the fucking skull because there was an incident where there was a wild bull loose at a market, and it was like a kid that was like penned in with it, and so he jumped in to get the kid out, and he got the kid out, but then he couldn't get his own ass out because every time he tried to get out, that bull had its horn ready to go right up his ass.
Fuck.
And so he like punched it or karate chopped it or something in the head and fucking killed it and became like an instant legend. And he was like a maniac, like a fucking dojo buster. He was like going to like fucking dojos in Okinawa and being like, this is not real karate. And then he beat the living shit out of the fucking guys in the dojo and established like his own absolutely ruthless style of karate. And
you know, there's a guy that does that now.
That guy.
There's a guy that does that now, and he's I don't know if he's Chinese or Japanese, but he's
I know the guy you're talking about.
He's an MMA fighter, and he goes to these dojos, and he's like, "Let's see your Manus style," and dude, come over there and do this shit. And he just goes right up to him, and just beats the living shit out of him.
Ground and
Well,
pound.
his social credit score is in the garbage.
Right.
His
He
YouTube
can't-
clicks.
because the politicians don't appreciate him beating up their martial artists.
I bet.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
The last match
Leave
got
people
a
alone. Leave people
in the chat.
alone, for fuck's sake.
last match
what
got a
up,
low point.
Laz? What's going on? What's going
He
on?
he can't catch a flight
Yeah, he was.
anywhere. He can't get a taxi. He can't do anything. Like, it's crazy.
If Bruce did Kung Fu the series, then there wouldn't
See?
be the legendary filmography he ended up having. Well, I mean, it's sad because that legendary filmography is just a handful of movies, and we just got the beginning. Do you know what I'm saying? He was going to evolve. And Enter the Dragon had come out and been a fucking smash hit. So he was going to be making movies that were going to be Chinese Hollywood co-productions and shit.
Absolutely.
He was just headed onward and upward. And that motherfucker was a perfectionist. He was all about trying to get shit higher and higher and higher and higher. And so his movies just would have been getting better and better and better. That's one of the reasons why we're fascinated with Bruce Lee, is because
he couldn't have evolved in America. Like it would have been impossible.
Oh no, he would have.
Racism in America for him to go ahead and evolve here. He wrote. They chose David Carradine over him because he was Chinese.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest.
Yes.
Like David's an American and he kind of looks Chinese. He's got, fucking let him do it because, why would we trust Bruce Lee?
His eyes are rounder. Let's pick him.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So you're saying he would have been able to evolve in a country that wouldn't even let him star in his own TV show that he wrote? That's impossible, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Enter the Dragon would have changed all of that. It would have changed all of that. And you're forgetting an audience that was always down for Bruce Lee, because was that at a time when white audiences could not have gotten behind a Chinese hero? Absolutely. They were not ready for it, right? Today, it would be a non-issue, but then no fucking way. But
exactly,
there was
that's what I'm saying.
Group of people that always had Bruce Lee's back over here, and that was fucking black people.
Yep.
That is true.
When I was doing my my job, and
the great Chuck Norris always had Bruce Lee's back.
Fuck Chuck. He could go straight to hell.
No, I'm not a big Chuck Norris fan.
No, motherfuckers in his fight scenes just standing there waiting to get hit. But
J. Rob in the chat. He says,
J. Rob. What's up? Thank you. Everybody who's hanging out, thank you very much. We really do appreciate you. Spank that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring down the bell for notifications, and of course also follow these fine gentlemen on their respective YouTube channels. Just want to play a little clip here. I haven't played a clip yet. Let's take a little look at this. Yeah. This is actually the set I have right here. Actually, I should show this really quick, right? This came out about, 2-3 years ago? Actually. Because I remember when I bought this. it was not a happy time. But it's got Street Fighter and Return of the Street Fighter. These cool picture discs, and Street Fighter's Last Revenge. And if you're wondering why this doesn't have Sister Street Fighter, it's because Sister Street Fighter was a fake Street Fighter sequel. It actually, and Sonny Chiba's in that with Tsuchiyomi.
So it's like Red Sonja.
Hot. Tsuchiyomi's fucking gorgeous.
Are you Conan? He's like, I'm Conan the door. Are you Conan? I'm Conan the door.
Right. But these movies were such a massive hit, and a crossover hit too, because they released these in America and all the drive-ins and the grindhouses.
Dude.
And they did bang up business. It was released originally by New Line Cinema, which was a little tiny outfit that consisted of maybe like 5 people and a phone or something, right? And they had made their name with a movie called The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So what they were doing was they were finding mean little fucking nasty indie movies that would never play in a proper movie theater, and were releasing those to the drive-ins and the grindhouses, and that's why, you know, the shit actually had an impact over here in the States. But yeah, this is like a great scene where you know, Tsurugi's like offered a job by this triad.
Oh, here we go.
And they said some good, and he turns them down, and they're like, well, you can't turn the job down. You know too much now. And he's just like, fuck around and find out. Right. And so what do? They send some of their boys over to his crib I don't know if these guys are like there to like murder him or just tune him up a little bit. But regardless, they're about to get fucked up.
Okay, wait. Before you start this clip.
Yeah.
All right. Is Terry and his roommate, are they like a couple?
How dare you? How you're lucky that Sonny Chiba is no longer with us.
Because Terry seemed like he was the man in the relationship, and the dude seemed like he was like the
I would be like, oh, what, Preston Acevedo?
Dude, he was cooking him chicken while they were sitting on the couch watching TV. And then he begged him, please don't leave me, Terry. Please don't leave me.
Right?
It's feeling very lavender around here. I'm just saying.
That was his boy, though. That was his Robin.
I think Robin as in a chick that he bangs on the side, or is it?
In all of these movies, man. He has an assistant, right? Because Terry's pretty much a fucking animal. He's a beast, right?
Yeah.
Total fucking savage. And he needs somebody that can kind of interact with like the regular world.
Yeah, moral compass, you know.
I don't know, dude. I never got that. I never got that at all. It seemed like his partner was a stressor.
I just turned Preston's mic off. Yes I did.
Got mad.
Blasphemy, bro. He's all man, all man, all the fucking time. Look at this workout.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
He just wants to get swole, dude. He wants to be like his homie.
Well, he wants to get swole, all right.
Oh, shit.
You better go faster. Get your legs higher.
Let me get under you, Terry.
Higher and right.
Yeah.
Higher,
Brian,
right.
all your arguments go right out the window right now.
Speaking of like the freaky faces that he makes, I just love this shot right here.
Seriously, dude, are you really going to say they're not a couple?
Mr. Chiba, I have Preston Acevedo? Really? No, I'd never even heard of that motherfucker, man.
He's in a leotard and pink shorts, and you're going to tell me they're not a couple? And he's jumping on top of
that dude. I'm not. I don't know nothing about him.
I'm gonna go make some chicken.
Yeah,
And the fucking sound effects, man. I'm trying to find the words to describe these, actually.
Oh, fuck.
Skiing up.
Power
skiing. Oh, skiing up. Damn, smack.
It's like, bitch, get out of here.
Slapping the shit out of people.
I like this part right here. He's just holding that shit. Yeah, bitch.
Yep. He just fucking kicks this motherfucker in the fucking solar plexus, and then he just lets him hang there for a minute and fucking grabs the bitch by his hair.
It would have been cool if he kicked his spine out of his back. Just his spine just comes right up.
Well, you see, for the comic book, like for a shot like this, you could like make like his lower back transparent, and we could see like his vertebrae shattering.
Yeah. Let me put it this way, dude. For the comic book, it's not going to be for the squeamish. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's going to make people sick. It's going to make people nauseous. I've been telling my friend Chris about this. People are going to be puking. We're going to have to print it on special puke-resistant paper.
It's going to be on plastic paper.
show them that.
What a compliment. A puke bag to go along with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be the only comic that ever came with a barf
A
bag.
barf bag.
Oh shit, we gotta do that.
Polito's got that. His new campaign.
Does he really?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
Doesn't mean we can't do it too.
No.
Damn. This is I like this part right here. This is that crab part. He's coming up on him like a crab, dude. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
man.
the periphery. He's doing the Elvis.
Such a Bruce Lee pose.
Doing the Elvis mouth. Now I know where Elvis got all of his ideas from. This fool. He got the Elvis lip. He got the kung fu baby. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Yeah,
Thank you
man.
very much. Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
Because this motherfucker just tried to cut him, and he's just like, "I see you, bitch."
He's like, what, bitch?
You
Yeah,
trying to
but
cut
you
me,
didn't try to stab him
motherfucker?
while he was fighting the other guy. That's the problem.
He's looked like he's doing disco for a second.
I like
there.
that.
He's like,
Michael Jackson.
coming on you, motherfucker.
Well, of course, what he's doing is he's doing what's known as qigong. It's internal kung fu, right? So it's a lot of breathing through your nostrils, filling your lungs, right? You make sure that, like, you kind of imagine that your lungs are down in your gut, so that way, you know, you're filling up your diaphragm, and then you release the breath like through your teeth and like in different ways. And it gives you power. It cheese you up and allows you to fuck motherfuckers up.
I'm sure Terry's live-in friend knows all about that.
I've muted
Personal
Preston's
stab.
mic again.
Because I know who it is that controls the Yakuza here. Isn't that
It's just me.
Give me a butter knife, bitch.
mean and nasty? You see what fun this is? It's going to
I'm
get
going to
really
take your
exciting.
ass
I know what
after
to do
you
now.
do these
They made
men.
it clear.
He is
Oh,
gonna
that's a good
make
shot right there. Look at his
he
face.
is gonna make him his bitch. He is gonna make him his bitch. But that's the thing. Sonny Chiba will make you his bitch.
Eat this, bitch. Eat it.
Oh, I love that spitting the teeth out. Oh, fucking gangster.
That was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
You tell her who sent you here. How sorry I am I can no longer be her friend.
And his boyfriend's in the background, like cheering him
Oh,
on.
so epic. Oh, I love it. He just wipes it all over his face. Yeah, that
The only
movie was
thing I
like,
can say is I have scars
that
all
movie
over
was
my
so dope.
fucking knuckles from people's fucked up teeth. I'm just saying.
how many did they make, Brian? How many did Sonny Chiba make? How many Street Fighters?
3.
3, was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
3.
Okay, so only 3. And they
Yeah.
have 2 on Tubi for fucking free right now. You can
Yes.
go watch them both. The
Yes.
second one's
Yes.
called The Revenge of the Street Fighter, right?
The second
something like
one
that.
is called the Street Fighter. Is it? Yeah, no, it's Return of the Street Fighter. Yeah,
Mhm.
Return of the Street Fighter, and then the third one is the Street Fighter's Last Revenge. And that is a little bit more James Bond like. He's got like
really?
you know disguises and shit, and like like hidden weapons caches and shit like behind his
Oh, cool.
walls and disguises, all kinds of like. He's a little more. He's stepped up his game in that one. They're all great. I mean, the first one's the best, I think. But they're all really good. I don't know. Some people don't like Last Revenge. I think it's perfectly fucking fine. And I could never, you know, I wish that he'd made more as this character because it's such a physical performance. It's all about what he's doing with his face, what he's doing with his body,
Character,
right?
yeah.
Because you could see him in some other movies, and he could be all kind of suave and debonair and like Bond-like,
Mhm.
right? There's something about this character though that just caught people's imagination. Like I said, I wish they'd made more.
I just like, I mean, just so much to love about it. The characterizations, you know, all the mannerisms, the
swinging 70s
well,
style.
Well, I mean, I like how he's Japanese and Chinese. You know what I mean? That's
Yes.
so cool. I mean, he's taken on both different crime families, and he's a hitman himself. But he also has like this moral compass that he has to protect the girl. You know?
Yep.
Just a lot to love about it.
Yep. I know Street Fighter, the animated movie, and the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Here's the thing that I forgot to mention. Oh, by the way, J Rob, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
The Street Fighter video game got its title from this movie.
Right. I remember this, and then my dad would be like, "No, Sonny Chiba, son." I'm like, "No, Street Fighter. You know, Guile, Ryu, Kin, Blanca."
No.
He's like, "No, son,
Chiba!
you got to see these movies." I'm like, "Okay." I never watched them. I was like, "Whatever." Should have been listening to Pop.
Okay, old man. I'll go watch your movies.
Yeah.
It's like you telling your kids, "No, you got to listen to Metallica. That's real metal," and they're like, "Yeah, right."
Oh, this is a really cool thing. This is a really cool thing. Let me show this really quick. This actually I found really kind of fucking touching. This is why we love Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is one of those cats that, I mean, I thought he was like a himbo because of how bad he was in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Hey, I'll tell you talk about that movie, my friend.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I'm not just in the movie.
Watch your tongue. He brought balance to that movie.
Exactly.
So we should do that we got to do that on the Horror Movie Club sometime soon, because that's bad shit. You know, I mean, the guy is now one of those rare people. He's one of two people I think that everybody likes, right? It's like two people. It's like Willie Nelson, right? Everybody fucking loves Willie. Everybody loves Willie.
with Willie, even if they're, you know,
I get compared to Willie Nelson more than anybody else.
Everybody loves Willie.
Nelson. And
it's like
I
no
own that shit. Thank you very much.
Right. And then the other guy seems to be Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Keanu's awesome. Loves that dude too.
It's like you can talk about anything with Keanu.
Yeah,
he's probably got a story about it, you know. So you like rock, you like comics, you like martial arts movies, you know.
And
he does it all, you know.
Yeah, dude plays in a band called Dog Star.
Yeah, Dog Star plays bass, shit. Yeah. Like he could talk about all kinds of stuff.
And the guy just comes off as humble as fuck.
Yeah, he's just a regular dude with
right, like a regular dude that just has this.
Well, he is. I mean, he rides the subway, you know, helps old lady. You know, there's a story about Keanu Reeves that he seen this girl and saw like she was homeless, you know, and he was like, "Hey, let me go buy you a meal," you know, and then he started talking to her, and she was telling him that she had run away from home, you know, her parents didn't understand. So he talked to her a little bit more. He's like, "Let me pay for you to get back home." He's like, "I'll buy you a bus ticket, give you some spending money, you know, and you just go home and you work things out with your parents." And he talked to her for like a couple of hours in a diner, and she went home, dude, and he helped her fix her life, you know.
That's
like he's just really fucking humble, you know. And at this point, he was a major millionaire. At that point,
he's a real one, you know,
huge actor.
Yeah,
he does all kinds of stuff like that, man. He just helps people when he sees people in need, you know.
Exactly. Like there's the other thing where he bought a meal for a homeless man and just sat down and talked to him, you know, and was like, just
there's like countless stories like the one you're talking about. Countless, like dozens and dozens of stories, you know, and he suffered a lot. I mean, he lost a kid.
Yeah, I mean, you hear about
dude, I had no idea how much he suffered. Like he fucking lost his kid, and then a few months later, he lost his wife. You know, and
best friend
horrible fucking accidents, dude. Like,
that kind of shit. That
kind of shit. Your relationships are short in life, you know, so you got to kind of hold on to people and cherish people. You know what I mean? Because
that's the shit that wakes you up to what's really important, you know.
No, it does. It really does. It really does. You know, fucking. Yeah, no, I speak from experience. It absolutely does. It changes your priorities in a major way.
Like you stop thinking about money in the same way that other people think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta hold on to it. Gotta be as greedy as possible.
You can't hold on to anything, bro. You can't hold on to anything
because you realize what's really important. Yeah, because we come in alone and we die alone. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
The only thing that we take with us is who we are. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And you know, this is why it's like when, you know, like when I was running the depression support group, I always tell people, do some fucking volunteer work. That'll like get your self-esteem up.
Who we are is also what we leave behind.
Yes, hopefully. You know, in my case, you know, a lot of garbage and hopefully maybe a couple of good comic books. I'd be happy with that. Well, no, I mean, you know, the job that I had, man, I actually got to fucking make a difference in people's lives. And that was, I miss that. Like, I want to go back to doing some kind of like social work shit and do comics at the same time. If I could balance those two, you know what I'm saying? That would be the fucking bomb. That would be the coolest thing.
Well, I was trying to explain to a friend of mine that, and he just wouldn't get it because he was like, you know, he was concerned about too many other things. But I tried to tell him what you just said. Like, it's all about balance.
Check it out, guys.
Because
the first
to be healthy, you have to have a healthy relationship with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You have to have healthy friendships. And I'm not saying quantity isn't the same thing as quality.
No.
Let me tell you guys a quick little story, okay? I spent the first 40-something years of my life being pretty selfish and you know, I mean, taking care of pops, partying for pops, you know. The last 10 years of my life has been entirely different. It was grandpa daycare, and then COVID, and me coming out here and trying to help people that, you know, had no outlet to sell their comic books, indie creators. And the last 10 years of my life has been basically helping other people, which has been a serious wake-up call for pops. You know, I mean, because now I look back and I go, man, I was a shit. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? I mean, seriously.
I wasn't a shit. I wasn't a shit, but it's like I wasn't a bad guy, but I wasn't a good guy either.
But I mean,
that's also part of it, is is seeing yourself without rose-colored glasses. Because a lot of people can't see that. Yeah.
It's like I look back and I went, man, it's like I'm glad I changed that I didn't look back and go, man, I need to change who I am. I changed who I was, and now I look back and go, damn, I was kind of fucked up. I'm glad I saw something to live for.
It's redemption, dude. It's redemption is real. And that's what I can't stand about all of my.
I don't know about redemption. I think it's more of an awakening. And I can tell you this: once you go through something like that, you won't be friends with people that haven't. You know,
it's true.
It'd be hard to keep a relationship with anybody.
Yeah,
and that's true too, because it's like there's very few people from my past, although I'm still in contact with a lot of them. There's very few of them that are still people I would trust or have a real solid relationship with. There's only a couple. You know, it's like I knew a lot of shitty people and I was kind of a shitty person. You know?
But it's always fucking coming back. But yeah,
I'm just glad I found, you know, a reason to do something else, the grandkids, and then you know, for me, COVID was different than it was for other people. You know, I mean, it was bad for a lot of people. I didn't lose anybody I knew to COVID personally. I didn't have, you know, I mean, it just wasn't as bad on me where we live as it was on other people. But
a disaster is definitely a chance to be reborn. You know, like for me, it was Katrina. Like when everything got washed away, I was like, I ain't doing this shit again.
Sometimes losing everything. Yeah. Well, you learn who you are. Do you know what I'm saying? When you lose everything, you find out who you are. I mean, for me, like maybe the greatest blessing I ever got was the job that I had before everything went to shit, right? And that was just hanging out and taking care of these people that lived in a really fucked up, evil, satanic fucking home, like a psychiatric nursing home, basically. Because these are some of the fucking coolest people that with the worst fucking backstories you could imagine. Do you know what I mean? Like being tested by fucking family members and shit. Horrible shit. And one of the guys there, who, you know, I will always have a special place in my heart, was this guy who was a Sufi Muslim, but he was from Spanish Harlem, right? And when he was a boy, his older brother would take him to see these movies. And so I was like telling the people there, it's just like, if you want me to bring in any movies or any shit like that, like I could do that for you because I got a big collection, right? Because I was all just about fucking serving these fucking people. Because I knew.
Did you bring porno to those people?
No, but I did bring Dolomite, which has a lot of nudity in it. And there was one guy that basically was almost catatonic. You could never get a word out of him. And when I put that movie on, and he had the big old grin on his face, man, it was fucking sweet. And yeah, yeah. So my brother Santiago, right? We would refer to each other as like brother, right? And so I brought these movies in, and he was just like, "Are you sure you're not black?" Because I was just like, "Oh, like Dolomite? Yeah, of course I got Dolomite. Are you kidding me? You're right."
Man.
All the kung fu movies. It's like, "Are you sure you're not black?" But yeah,
you seen Norbit? Oh my god, that movie's hilarious.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that was
awesome.
So like under the radar, like oh my god.
One of the other things that I have to
Love
consider when what I was talking about is I spent 6 years in prison for stuff that people are allowed to do now.
I know it's fucked up.
Yeah,
Okay,
It's
and
so
I didn't
fucked
let
up.
that shit make me bitter. I don't.
One of my friends is very bitter about that. Like he's
I
like,
don't
yeah, fucking-
hate the fact that I lost 6 years of my life to it. I'd like to get something back for that, but you know, I'm way down the line in priority for reparations, right?
Now, one of my
Yeah,
buddies
no,
is really fucked up over there. He's like, dude, I spent 3 years of my life in jail for fucking
Yeah,
pot.
I spent 6.
It's like weed.
I lost 6, dude, for weed. Yeah, 6
That's
years
like-
of my life over weed, and I did not let either prison or just that ruin who I was. Matter of fact, I came out of it and ended up being a better person, and still smoke my
is.
weed every goddamn.
There it is. There it is. Hey man, adversity builds fucking character. But yeah, now I'm remembering the story, the quick story I wanted to tell. So we would like get together and cook dinner, right, at the place where I worked. And I heard like one of the you know, sometimes people could be, you know, dickish to you, you know what I mean? The mentally ill can be dicks too sometimes. And this woman had been horrible to me, and then like one of the other people there, the sweet old lady, said, like, she shouldn't talk to him that way. He's a kind man. He's a loving man. And I was there with my supervisor at the time, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and like rock a piss. I went upstairs to the bathroom, boom, 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 closed the door, and just started fucking crying like a bitch. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna tell me like she went up there with you and gave you a blowjob.
No.
I'm talking about the woman that was mean to you. Like she was like, I'm sorry. Let me give you a complimentary blowjob or something like that.
But
That happens, Brian. That happens.
I know.
Especially with the mental.
I'm gonna send Sonny Chiba to your house, dude.
He's gonna like.
I'm not,
stand in front of
you're
your door and
lucky.
go,
You're lucky
like 5
that
minutes,
he's
gonna kick that shit open.
Well, no, just cheating up for like 5 minutes.
the door already. Ring the doorbell.
Sure, it's Preston's internal organs. But yeah, check this out. So it's Keanu Reeves on Japanese TV,
Nice.
and then this happens.
Movie Kung Fu, you know, Sonny Chiba was like, actually, I'm gonna do it passionate.
Oh, get out of here.
Damn, that fool's
Oh,
stalking
you've
that
been
fool.
talking about me, huh?
Came up out the side.
It's gonna come up and slap him in the back of the head.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Wow. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, sir. Oh, thank you. Hajimemashite. Thank you. Thank you very much. Maestro. Yeah.
憧れのスターのサプライズ登場に
Look at the fucking expression on his face.
Yeah, he's blown away, dude. He's blown away right there.
He's starstruck. Keanu Reeves is legit fucking starstruck here.
キアヌさんのこの笑顔
Wonderful movie. You saw it?
I actually
Very good. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you number one.
Ichiban, number one.
千葉さんに教えていただきたい。僕とかって。
Oh yeah.
Oh, teach me.
No, because I think no, really, that we've character and action. You brought together and very tough. You made it.
So you can see he doesn't speak any Japanese, but he's speaking English slowly.
He speaks respect very well.
There was always heart to them. You would like do a you would you would mix them.
刀で切るかと思うと蹴りよりで。
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a kid.
Oh, shit. Still got it.
Because you did a lot of wrist locks too. You did locks, and then you would take someone, and then you would flip them.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite moves. Is when somebody grabs him like in an arm bar, he'll just flip his body around.
That would have been
And he would
dope
chop
if you got
their
to be in
head
one of
off,
the John Wick movies before he passed, dude. That would have been fucking gangster.
Oh yeah, it would have. I mean, he did end up in Kill Bill.
Yeah, right. That's the sushi chef.
Yeah, the sushi chef who's also Hattori Hanzo, like great Japanese swordsmith.
Sword.
Yeah, those movies are dope, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you so much. You number one.
大盛り上がり。そして。
Such an honor to meet you, man. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Looks like RGJ with that mustache.
Dude, look, he's blown away. He was blown away the whole time.
The expression on his look at the expression on his fucking face.
Yeah, he looks like
like a kid.
Yeah.
He's like, holy fucking shit. I'm like cold chilling. I'm cold. Giddy. That's the exact word. Giddy. Giddy as fuck. Yeah, boy. Yeah. So I just thought that shit was pretty touching and pretty fucking cool. Yeah, these movies are fucking awesome. He's fucking awesome in them.
That's a good scene right there.
Oh, amazing scene. Amazing scene. Right.
He looks cool right here too with the way like the costume set up with the gauntlets, like
yep.
The way they
the
tucked
leather
in.
belt.
Yeah. It's kind of iconic looking,
And then, of course, he fights this karate master who is a little guy that looks kind of like the Japanese Lou Costello. Right? Like
yeah.
Short, fat, round, older guy, but he will fuck you up.
I remember you.
Certainly fucked up Sonny Chiba.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure did, man. Sure did. Yeah, that's a fucking great fucking fight scene. It might be the best fight scene in the movie, really.
You get that ass kickery, takes him down a peg,
Yeah, man. Like
you made me bleed my own blood.
Well, that's one thing I liked about that fight because I'm like, oh, he's gonna kick this dude's ass, and then he got his ass kicked, and I was like, all right, okay,
cool,
I think I like this dude.
Beat these heroes down a little bit,
Exactly. It's like humanizes them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because if you have a hero and they're just indestructible,
Superman. How boring is that?
Right. But Superman has his kryptonite.
Well, writers say like Superman's one of the hardest characters to write.
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta have a powerful villain.
Look, how are you gonna make it exciting when he's unbeatable?
I'm not a big Superman fan. I like the deconstruction stories of Superman where
you got to go after his family and his girlfriend and make the villain.
Or when he becomes evil.
Those are the stakes.
Those are cool too.
Well, I mean, that's why the Bat family is essential to the Batman comics.
Not really, because they made Batman invincible too.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of irritates me.
No, I'm saying he's not going to die. He can't die, right? You can't have. We know that that's a character that's a cash cow. There's no way he's getting fucking killed.
Neither of them will,
right? So, but Batgirl could get shot in the spine.
Yeah,
that's true.
Robin can get fucking murdered by the Joker.
Yeah,
Batman can get his bat back broken, but then he heals from it somehow and comes back even better. I don't know how that happens.
Older and better with broken back.
I love that. That's my favorite storyline, dude.
Badass.
I know
I thought it was mine too until they brought him until he came back with no repercussions. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
My problem with Batman has always been the same thing, and it's not Batman. It's his rogue gallery. This dude has no powers whatsoever, gets knocked out in every episode, and nobody just thinks to drag a knife across his throat.
Well, you know what my thing is I would be cool if they did a Batman story where he just had traumatic brain injury and he was just like completely dumb at that point, you know, and he would just like walk around like throwing boogers at people or something like that.
Well, Grant Morrison did make him sort of insane in with the Batman of Zur-En-Arr, where he had created like this
I remember that
persona or something like this. He sort of bifurcated his mind or splintered it in a way where if somebody like tried to destroy his mind would have a place to go.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any fucking sense at all. I probably did that's a shit job of describing.
My favorite Batman story is the Vampire Batman, the Blood Rain, Blood Mist.
Oh yeah,
and
that was
Blood
good.
Storm.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Because he was losing that fight. I'm saying like he was losing it all the way, dude.
Yeah,
and he became a stone cold killer at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Batman's one of those characters you could just keep reinterpreting him and doing new shit. He's just it's a simplicity, man. It's a simplicity of the character.
I'm excited for that absolute Batman. He has no money in that shit, you know. And all the stuff he could do with engineering, that shit looks pretty dope. I'm can't wait to see how that works out, you know.
I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to give it a chance.
Well, I notice people either love it or they hate it, you know, and I love the design and everything about it. I think it looks dope.
Costume, that first image of the costume, I still think is dog shit. Right? But
yeah, I don't like it either. It looks weird.
It's dog
shit. I love it. I think it's shit.
Which is fine, right?
Yeah, it looks like a black square across his chest. Like,
yeah, I think that shit's all. It's just like that's why I like it.
The part that I like is him being able to like elongate his cape so that he can run around like a bat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right?
And it breaks into like 4 parts, and there's
walls, like a bat.
Little like sections inside of each cape. Like I did like a like on Dragota's like the functions of it. It could also wrap around his neck, like when he's in the desert, you know, kind of like Middle Eastern people, you know.
I like the artist. So much stuff. The artist that's doing it, it looks pretty good. I like his.
Yeah, he did from
exaggerated proportions.
I don't know if you guys ever checked out East of West.
No.
Oh yeah.
The Four Horsemen and shit.
Yeah,
I picked out a couple of them back in the day. They look pretty dope, but I never got on it. But it's just that something different with Batman. You know, like there's so many cool like technicalities with the suit. Like the ears are extra long, but they're the batarangs. And when you take them off, you got the Frank Miller ears underneath. You know, and then like the tape that around his arms, those are the gauntlets, fucking spikes that pop out. Like he's got hooks on the end of the bat things, and the chest plate is an axe head. You know, just
I wish they would have taken this character and not called it Batman and did an indie comic with it.
Because it's an Elseworld. It's an Elseworld. It's a total Elseworlds character, dude. And he's 250 pounds. He's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
He's 21. He works for the city. He's got a little dog, a little bulldog.
He's Peter Steele.
Yeah. And Alfred is a straight up James Bond in here. He's an MI6 agent. He's not, you know, and he's a badass. And he's one of the villains in the beginning, and then they kind of like become friends somehow. But I don't know. I just think it looked like you said, you know, I think but the thing is, it's got to kind of be an Elseworlds Batman to a certain degree.
That's fine. That's fine. If it's an Elseworlds, that's cool.
I'm
that's
totally
not
down
the point of Elseworlds, is that you can just do anything.
And a lot of people are just like, oh, mad, you know, but it's like, it's Elseworlds. It should be fun. Snyder's a good writer too. So
that's one thing I love about Elseworlds, though, is that you get to play with shit that other people can't touch. You know?
Let's have some fun, you know.
You remember that story where
as you like,
You remember that story where the Waynes adopted, like they lost Bruce and they adopted baby Superman and he became Batman at the end.
What?
You never read that one?
No, that sounds dope.
It's called Speeding Bullets.
Oh no
and
shit!
It's an Elseworld story, and it shows Batman flying with the Superman logo, and it's got a bat on, and except it doesn't have an S, it has a bat on his chest.
Okay, so cool. No, I actually designed a logo like the one that for the Absolute Batman is very similar, very very similar. Because I did like redesigns of all the characters for everyone's got a bat story they want to tell, right? And but mine looked a little more bat like. But when I seen it, I was like, oh, this guy thinking just like me, you know.
New Frontier is really good. I like New Frontier a lot. The animated version.
Darwin Cook, right? Darwin Cook. I like that he had a very old school, like vintage look, you know, little Bruce Timm, but also I thought that looked cool. I never got into it, but I always thought it looked very classy. You know, I like
the animation. The animation was great.
I love those DC cartoons just in general.
Me too, dude. They need to make more, except not woke.
They kind of got started getting a little woke the last 2 years or so, but there's a ton, right?
And the animation just isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, some of them they're going with that crazy ass 3D, 2D combination that it doesn't look good, dude. Like
it's not the same.
Netflix shit.
Age, yeah, no. I mean, for like 25, almost was it really 30 years? You had nothing but fucking great animation. The TV shows were great.
Yeah.
You know, Batman the Animated Series, Superman, Justice League, and then they shut down Justice League and they just started making the movies. And the movies were generally fucking awesome. They were never bad.
Yeah.
Right?
They had the cartoon front, you know, Marvel had the movies.
They made money off of all of that shit, dude. Yeah.
I know.
And I don't want to hear this. Well, it's too expensive. No bullshit. Saying like, you know, I can't see how something that popular can not turn a profit. You know?
Seriously, man. Seriously. And Darwin Cook, he actually just passed away. What was it? This year? Last year?
Nah, he passed away like 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe.
Did he really?
More. Yeah.
Why did I think that like he had just died? Maybe I'm getting him mixed up with somebody else.
A lot of people have been passing away, man. You know,
I know.
Comic artists, as a matter of fact.
Comics,
man.
You know?
We don't get to keep these people forever, man. You know. That's why you
gotta get your books made too, you know.
Yeah, boy, it reminds you. Yeah. Clock's ticking.
They're trying to eliminate. They're trying to eliminate that regime so they can push in that AI.
Yeah. Seriously. Here we go.
No fighting in the dojo. That is a no-no. But yeah, he just totally comes in here and just starts fucking flexing.
Lands on his feet like that.
Old man's kicking it. Old short fat dude is whipping his candy ass.
Dude, my sensei was he had a belly on him, but that motherfucker will fuck you up.
Yeah, man.
Terry!
Oh, God damn it. Terry's wife always has to jump in and keep them women out of it.
Right, and it's like well, that's the thing. Like, we established that he's a total badass. For the first time, we see him hurt.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, the guy that just hurt him isn't trying to fucking kill him, and you know doesn't really want any of this fucking smoke. But you know, he still brings it to him. That's the thing about Okinawan karate too, from what I've heard, is that it is about fucking people up and ending the fight as quickly as possible. It is ruthless. It is designed to cripple and fucking maim and fucking kill.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Terry's girlfriend just can't keep out of it. Like, Terry.
Oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get the 1 3-inch punch, bro.
I knew a Raizan Tsurugi once. I first met him in China. A great karate fighter and a friend. He tried to combine Chinese boxing, Japanese karate, and hoped to create an invincible fighter.
So it's like his vision is all blurry, and now this guy's like, "I knew your father," and that, of course, and then of course we get the flashback, which I'm thinking is going to be recreated in the comic book, because the comic is going to be all about him experiencing his Chinese roots in a less than ideal way.
Tell me, could he be your father?
Trust. No one.
I like how they're playing like the Italian music. Like,
yeah.
Get away.
It's the pathos music, yeah. To a mandolin.
Get away from here.
Please listen.
Beat it.
You think Father's the spy? He's not. So do not hurt him.
Little kid's fucking adorable too.
No.
You got to let him go.
You'd better
Got to
shut
let
up.
them go.
Your father's a traitor, and your mother's a whore. You're no Japanese. You're half-breed. You're scum.
Father.
Motherfucker picks a little kid up and throws him in the fucking mud. And then they blast his fucking father.
Daddy!
You know, I'm thinking like James O'Barr's The Crow.
Yeah.
Like, I used to have the graphic novel, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I loved about that graphic novel was that he inked the whole thing traditionally, right?
Yep.
Except when it came to the flashbacks. When it came to the flashbacks, it was all done in ink wash.
Yep.
That's what this is the thing that I was thinking. For the comic, I do want this flashback in there. It's part of the script. It's kind of a
Oh, no, I totally agree. I just think it should be done in ink wash.
That's what I'm saying is that you do you, and that's a fucking great idea. I love that.
You do you, kid.
Yep. And be a number one man. Trust no one.
Harden your body.
Improve your skills, son.
Do not move in with another guy, son.
And have him make you roasted chicken.
Never get spit roasted at the bachelor party.
Do not ever let anyone
beat you.
Don't let your girlfriend, boyfriend jump
and
into
then,
your
of course, we get the badass fucking theme. We get the badass fucking Street Fighter theme.
It's good because I was starting to get visions of Fredo being wheeled out to the middle of the lake.
Oh, fuck up.
Here we go. Here we go. Get up, black boy! Ouch.
Yeah, so basically they fight to a standstill.
Well, you learn throughout this movie that he's not really the best fighter. He just takes a lot of punishment.
Come on, his life was coming in there again.
I don't know, man. I mean, he fucks people up really, really fucking bad. You know,
he does. But I'm saying, like,
skulls. There's that one scene where he steps on the guy's fucking pelvic bone and crushes his fucking pelvic.
No, I totally get it.
But find that shit, man. Let me find.
Oh, what about that one dude that was trying to take advantage of the lady? Remember that dude?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
That fool went like that yellow bastard on him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That dude fucked around and found out in a major fucking way.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know I got that here somewhere. Yeah, man. He does that in another movie too. No, actually, he cuts a guy's dick off with a knife, and the human weapon, and lets him bleed to death. And then in God, I think there's another movie where he fucks somebody's junk up too. But yeah, it's just
eye gouges.
Well, I guarantee you,
eye
he fucked his
gouges.
roommate's junk up a few times.
Oh,
that
shit.
Dude is completely in love with him.
Oh, snap.
You're lucky.
He's gonna serve a new dynamic in the comic. I think I know where Preston's going with this.
But he dies in this. He dies in this. He dies in this. I mean, look, the great thing about characters in comic books is you can kill them and you can always bring them back in flashbacks.
I would bring him back and I would have him in like that leotard or that little thing he was working out, and I just have him in there the whole time, just kind of popping up like Frankie from the Goon, you know.
You guys are only
He would be the
talking this
comedic
shit
relief
because
in
you
this
know
story.
that Sonny Chiba is not here to make.
You'd be mad if you didn't put him in there. I think he would want him in there as some comedic relief to keep balance.
Yes, well, I mean that's why he
Yeah.
always has to have that character. Like I created a new one for him in in the comic. Yeah,
cool.
and hopefully that character is going to be fun and funny too.
Yep.
But yeah, let's check this out really quick because this is pretty choice. I think this is this the kill count? I think it is. No, wait, hold on. Let's see. Let me check this out. Yeah, this is other samples of his fighting style. Oh yeah, this is goon that he faces. This boy's got a cudgel there, which is basically
I like
just
that.
a
That
fucking
looks badass.
just a stick. Well, that's the other thing too, is I want to, since we're setting it in China, means that we can use some fucking kung fu weapons, and there are some wild fucking.
Well, you know what that looks like? That actually looks like one of those African weapons where they use it, where it's got like it's a piece of wood with a ball on the end of it.
Yes. Yeah, my father had one of those that he brought back with him from Africa, and or a shillelagh, right? The shillelagh, which is like the Irish. Yeah. What they would do with the shillelaghs, evidently, is you would take a stick and jam it up the chimney, and it would just get smoked for like months, weeks, years. And it would make the wood just like super, super like bone crushingly fucking hard.
Actually, it looks like a cane now.
Damn, the fucking flips, man. The fucking flips.
That's badass.
Yeah, man. Watch what he. Oh God, no! Yeah, they cut it out. I love that he grabs his assistant's clothes and just wipes his fingers, his bloody fingers on his clothes, and then of course when he dies, he starts sticking his finger up the guy's nose.
Yeah, that was funny to see if he's alive.
Oh my God!
That was hilarious.
Yeah, these are just great, great, just comic book style fucking characters.
Are you familiar with Al Long, the dude from Big Trouble in Little China? And he was also in a couple of Mel Gibson movies. Like he was
the dude with the long hair, with the bald head.
Yeah. One of his selling points.
Beard. He's like with the sword.
Like one of
that dude, Al Leong.
Yeah, Al Leong.
Yeah.
They they have a documentary on that dude now, right? And
nice.
One of the things like the director would do when he was trying to find financing for his movies, like he'd bring him along and I'd be like, well, how much action is it going, blah, blah. And they'd be like, Al, put your footprint on the roof. Don't flip the fucking, like put a footprint right on the fucking seat.
Damn. Yeah, it was him, and then also, oh God, I'm blanking on his name. Jeff Amata. He did the fight choreography for like a fuck ton of Hollywood movies, including Big Trouble in Little China.
To write all that shit.
Yeah.
The dude had brain cancer, and he survived brain cancer.
Really?
He was in the last stages of brain cancer, but he survived it.
What?
Yeah, because and the doctor said, he said, like, dude, if you weren't in the shape you're in, like, you would never survive this shit.
Wow.
It was like, but he was in his like the peak fucking athletic shape a person can possibly be in. The dude was fucking insane.
Those kung fu cats, man, I'm telling you, man. And they age well too. You see them like in their 80s walking around. They're not all stiff. They're not all hunched over. They're just.
I don't know about that. He looks like Mr. Miyagi right now. Like he's got a belly.
Oh,
Does
really?
he?
He's still
Does he?
alive, though, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
cool.
I know.
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
Still kicking. No pun intended.
Yeah, man. These are always great. I always love these. And by the way, the English and the Japanese versions of these are really identical. So it's like that's one of the things that's cool about New Line. They released this to American drive-ins and grindhouses, and they didn't really fuck with it. They just dubbed it.
And you said this is your favorite out of the trilogy, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You might have other feelings though. You might like 2 better than 1, or 3 better than all of them.
Well, 3 sounds very comic booky too, you know. Very. Oh,
there it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, that was it.
That was
Yeah,
fast.
right.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, it's a foam rubber skull that's
dope.
being photographed in negative,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I like
put,
that.
like-
You do that with the ink wash. You know what I mean? Like when you're going.
Exactly. Yeah. They put no effort into making that skull.
Well, I mean, look at the orbital bone. Look at the orbital bone on the right is just like sticking out. It's no,
That is
it's
like a
ridiculous.
dude from The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
That is
you're
his
right.
real
Right.
skull.
I like his face, dude. He's like, "Yerp,
Yep.
yerp." Oh,
Oh shit! I just forgot something. I forgot to die.
blood.
Yeah, this is where he fucking steps on this guy's fucking pelvic bone and like crushes it. Like this shit's just mean.
Like, oh yeah, I remember this part. He was just like,
Well, that's the whole thing. Like when I was watching this, I was like, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? I was like,
He's
I
the
don't
bad
understand.
guy.
Like all I got was like the Punisher.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like to me, it sounds like the Punisher, like in the where he's amassed all the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, or even like John Wick. You know, like where he's got his safe house and he's got
Pretty
all
much. Yeah,
shit.
that's exactly what
It sounds like
this
the third
dude
movie
is.
just got all his shit.
Yeah.
Like he's, you know.
Some people don't like
Got
that,
his shit
and
tight,
they actually say that he's a different character, but they're completely wrong because he's wearing the same exact costume.
Just sounds like he's got his shit tight by the third movie. Like
Exactly.
he's got his safe houses. He's got his armory. You know, he's got
Yep.
he Punishered up pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like with Death Wish, kind of a little bit was like that. You know, felt like.
Yeah, he gets a little more pulpy, a little more comic booky, I would say.
Yep.
And that's what's interesting about these movies is that they're not based on a manga, but this is clearly a fucking manga character.
Absolutely.
And a manga world and everything. This is very much a comic book movie, except it's not actually based on a comic book. Oh my goodness.
Which is strange.
Oh my goodness.
That it's not based on.
I know.
Like there's no comic out there about this. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's criminal. You guys have to remedy that. Oh man,
Junk, we have the meats.
that's for his roommate. He's like, here you go.
Here's meat.
As
Here, have this stuffed.
as my keep that shit as a trophy, son.
Oh, he's
the
gonna
wall.
keep it as a trophy, all right.
You should have like a bunch of trophies on the wall, like in the book. They walk
He
in
just
there.
ripped this dude's nuts
Like
off.
Predator.
And I'm not just talking his nuts. He probably went for his dick too. I'm saying he just went for the meat and the veg.
He's got his urethra in there too. Like
Yeah,
someone-
man.
That dude was trying though. That wasn't the first time in the movie he was trying. You know,
Yeah, man.
Sonny had to put a stop to that.
It sure did.
Looks like sideshow. He looks like Fire Marshal Bill right there. He's showing those
Let
teeth.
out on the fucking floor. Oh my.
You see that fool's teeth? You better run.
Yeah, man.
He starts doing duck face. It's over with. You're done. Yeah,
When
See
he
that
once
fool's
he puts
gums? His upper gums? You better run.
he puts that duck lips together, like
Yeah.
those chicks do on Instagram. Yeah, he's-
Oh yeah. The duck. face.
Yeah, no, well, it's just it
Fuckers.
fuck people up.
duck lips of death.
Now the Zatoichi style assassin here, who is very much using like the Zatoichi underhanded style with the straight sword. By the way, that's not a thing. Like that was never an actual thing. That's like something that was made up for the movies. Like it's not a real style, is what I'm saying.
Until now.
Wig splitting imminent.
Oh, that was dope.
Oh, that's the dude right there. That's the one that kept disappearing. Like they tried to make it like he was a little swordsman or something like that. Like
it's like he was using like kung fu illusion magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dug that. I thought that was
cool. It was great.
Very comic booky again.
Yep.
Going with the tropes. Look out below. I had to say something, right?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I always wanted to do that to somebody.
Always wanted to do what to somebody?
Smack them in both the ears, like
smack them on both ears.
That's actually the technique they taught us in jiu-jitsu. Like when we're disarming people, it was like clop, like fucking put an air bubble in their fucking ear. It was like you throw those motherfuckers on. Once that eardrum explodes, they stop puking.
They die.
Well, they won't die, but they can't get their bearings. Like it throws their
ears.
The balance is off. Yeah. Discombobulates them. Basically makes them bent over or ready to be your bitch.
That's what they tell women to do. Like when somebody's got you by the throat, like don't try to break their hold. Like fucking take out their eardrum and you can get the fuck out of it.
Because you're not going to be able to use strength. If you're a woman and you're fighting a guy, the last thing you want to do is try to outpower them.
Yeah, that's a real thing that they're doing. Right? I mean, if they fucked it up on set, you're looking at somebody who's deaf.
Yeah.
Right? No, I mean, it's not that when making movies like this that people don't get hurt. Of course, people got hurt. Right? I think there was only one case of a samurai.
Only if Steven Seagal was on set do people.
Well, as Howard Stern said about like 20 years ago, the only thing that Steven Seagal is dangerous to is a buffet.
It's a sandwich.
Oh, that's fucked up. Out for Justice, Above the Law, and Under Siege.
It's true.
Those movies are solid. I'm sorry.
They are.
I'll take those to the grave.
His first one, I think, is the one that's actually genuinely good. And at least like the martial arts style they was using in that you hadn't like seen before on film. So that was
cool for a movie, right?
So he was able to fake it all the way through.
Oh yeah, like everything. Oh yeah, the little throwing daggers. That's where you find out that he has little throwing daggers in the gauntlets.
I thought that was cool, dude. I was like,
yeah, man.
I would think that all those little metals in there are knives, Kind of like Battinson's grapnels that he has in his gauntlets, in the new Batman movie.
Yep.
When you do the video for the crowdfunding campaign, you definitely have to use that music.
Oh,
dude.
Should have Matt Heafy do a metal version of it,
Yeah. That would be awesome.
With double bass and shit.
Oh, we're definitely we're doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. See, great minds think alike. And then, of course, when he gets his hands on this motherfucker, he's got to do him up something special. He's got to do him up tasty.
Gotta have that guitar with you, that funky one.
Yeah, but here you want to hear him do the.
Damn, look at that fool's face.
Like he's got a big loogie he's trying to get out.
Yeah.
Those faces.
Oh yeah, that face right there.
Mind you, he doesn't do this in any of the movies that he does.
I think I figured it out. I think with this character, every time he kills somebody, like he gets an orgasm.
Gets a nut.
Oh,
well, I mean, he definitely does enjoy it.
Oh, he does.
I enjoy my work.
His underwear is going to be nasty at the end of this movie.
Watch my underwear.
I'm thinking, wait, hold on a sec.
Little dude comes up.
and his
little man
leotard
friend
and his
I love this, man. I love this. Let me see. Let me add my screen here. A little something that somebody did on Tay Interwebs. The Sonny Chiba expression interpreter. Tanaka-san, that was a lovely meal. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home. Your children have grown so quickly since we last got together. We really will have to do this again soon. Next Thursday? That would be great. Well, anyway, Kiai! Snap. Oh my God. Yeah, boy. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, this one's good too. I'm sincerely regretting throwing a man out a window now that I've realized how many stairs I'm going to have to walk down to punch his corpse. He fucks me. Oh yeah, this one's great too. This is funnier if you've seen all the movies in the series. I will hit you repeatedly in the face if you join a criminal group, refuse to join a criminal group, join the wrong criminal group, or join the right criminal group, and I later decide it's the wrong one. There he is with the nuts. Yeah, just fucking badass, man.
What's up, Timothy Olsen?
What up, Timothy Olsen?
Cracking.
Thanks
Ryan,
for
what's the worst martial arts movie for James Hurley?
Oh, well, jeez.
Something with Steven Seagal.
No, well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, what do you judge? See, that's tough because are you talking about like a main? Because to me, it's like budget makes a big difference, right? If it's a little tiny indie movie, if it's something like, Miami Connection, I wouldn't include that as, say, something by the Shaw Brothers. Do you know what I'm saying? You kind of like grade on a scale.
For me, it would probably be a Steven Seagal movie. I don't even remember the name of it, but I remember he had like a samurai sword in it, and they would zoom in on him. Like I think it was a supernatural movie too, right? They zoom in on him, the camera would come full at him, and then it would just show him going like that with the sword. But you would never see what he did to him, I turned it off. That was like the worst. That was the worst martial arts movie I could ever think of watching.
Yeah, but then you think about all the Bruceploitation movies, right?
But they're probably better though. Their fight teams are probably better. Like you could see connections.
Some of them are. Dude, some of them are actually really entertaining. Game of Death 2 is actually is ridiculously fun.
Like Robert
it's completely
Bronzy,
bonkers and insane.
Like Robert Bronzy, like the Bronson look-alike, I still got to check out his 12 to Midnight movie.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That dude's almost a polymath, bro. If you go and check out his what he's done, he's like a carpenter and an actor, a horse trainer.
No shit,
dude.
Now Charles Bronson movie impersonator,
gangster Charles Bronson impersonator.
That's amazing.
He's a musician too. And one other thing I forgot.
Well, but yeah, so you're talking about it's like with the Spaghettis, right? They made about 600 movies, and not all of those have survived, and a lot of those probably deserve to perish. Right?
Just let it.
I mean, you don't like any art to disappear. You wish that everything could be preserved, but
I don't know about that.
There's some pretty bad shit out there.
How about Kung Pao, Enter the Fist? That movie was hilarious, bro.
Never seen it.
I think I do remember seeing that. That was pretty good.
I've seen it like once, and it was so good, and it was shot beautifully too. On top of that,
really, the worst martial arts movies that I've ever seen, the worst martial arts movie I've ever seen. Pick a Chuck Norris movie.
Ooh, dang!
Pick a Chuck Norris.
I was never a big Chuck Norris fan.
Straight up.
Steven Seagal. Breaker is the worst Chuck Norris movie, so that's the worst version.
Which one, bro? Which one?
Which one?
Breaker.
Oh, that's his first one. That's his first one. Yeah.
I used to live across the street from a bunch of rednecks, and like their dad was like kung fu expert or some shit. Like he wasn't. I don't know what he was, but
probably watched a lot of kung fu movies like me.
Yeah, they look like your typical redneck, and they were huge Chuck Norris fans. Like it was like Chuck Norris is the best thing ever.
Like, what'd you say about Chuck Norris?
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm like, I tried so hard to get into Chuck Norris, but I just couldn't. I was like, I see this dude I just didn't see him as an action hero. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Like, no. It's like, where did they find this guy? Like at a hardware shop?
Like seriously, he looked like Joe
like a
Average.
tool store or
He
something
seemed
like that.
unbelievable, you know. Like I just took his face just seemed
wooden.
so emotionless, you know.
And just wouldn't.
He wasn't a good
says
actor or anything. Yeah. I think the only thing Chuck Norris was famous for was being a student of Bruce Lee. That's it.
Fighting with them in the Coliseum, that one epic fight. You know, that's why I was
epic. I didn't see it as being epic. Like I didn't.
Right.
I was like,
conceptually epic.
And then proceeded to diss Bruce Lee every chance he got.
Yeah.
After Bruce Lee was no longer around.
Did he really? What did he say?
Yeah. Scott Adkins is on another level, bro.
Oh, I love Scott Adkins.
He should be Batman. He's my top pick for Batman.
For sure.
What do you say about Bruce Lee? Like Chuck Norris?
Just like he wasn't that great. We just always just say like just little dickish things.
Scott Adkins, my boy, right there.
Yeah. After he was dead, of course.
He's in John Wick 4, dude. He's in the fat suit. I still gotta watch that.
Shit.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Oh, this motherfucker right here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why there isn't a cable live action cable Batman series with Scott Adkins.
Yeah, no, it'd be perfect. You know, I was even, anytime I see something pop up in Twitter, like, oh, who'd you pick as Batman? I'm like, Scott Adkins. Like, hopefully, he gets it because, I don't know, man. There's just they always pick like.
Sure would be good.
I don't know. Yeah, he'd be good. I mean, I don't know.
Because we don't see Punisher doing enough martial arts. It's like he was like one of the great martial artists, dude.
I'd like to see Scott Adkins play like a martial arts character, Batman would be perfect,
But I mean, the Punisher was always, I mean, remember the early Punisher, the original Punisher before the trench coat and all that shit, was a martial artist that could go toe to toe with Daredevil and Captain America.
Yeah, I mean,
he was doing backflips off of the battle van and shit. He was incredibly physical. That's one of the things I love about the guy. And what I hated, yeah.
I gotta go.
Peace out, Pops.
Thanks
for hanging out, brother.
Next week, you know how we do it. Peace.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
That's definitely how I would write him, dude. Some people write him as just like a dude kind of, but I would make him like kind of like Batman, but kills. Has all the, to a certain degree,
James is right when he says that Lone Wolf McQuaid is probably the best Chuck Norris. Well, that or maybe there's Silent Rage, which is kind of entertaining because it's basically a Halloween ripoff, but with Chuck Norris in there as the sheriff, and there's like a motorcycle gang. So it's like a B movie, but it's like, proper like drive-in shit. And that's okay. But that's also not that's a horror movie with some karate in it, not a specifically a martial arts movie.
For me, the Punisher I would cast, like if I could pick, it would be Frank Grillo. I think that's what his name is. The guy, he's in a bunch of movies.
Frank Grillo would be good.
He's like Italian looking, I think he is Italian.
Yeah. He plays
he looks like the Punisher. He's not like his style of acting is a little different than Bernthal. Bernthal looks like a John Romita Jr. Right out of the pages of John Romita Jr.'s Punisher, but I think Grillo, like he would be a really good Punisher. That would be my pick, and he played Crossbones in Winter Soldier, and I don't know, yeah, he would be dope. I think that for the movie version, I'd put him in there. He looks cool right here too in the costume,
right?
Yeah,
badass, man. Yeah, I mean this is just the sort of movie that after you watch it, you're like, yeah, I would watch a sequel to that for sure.
Oh yeah, I was ready. I had it all queued up, but I had to go and run some errands, But I was ready. I was like, yeah, I want to watch the second one right now. Thomas Jane needs to play Jonah Hex, dude. James Hurley. That's what I'm
saying.
He needs to play Jonah Hex. I'm sure you've seen his test footage makeup.
Yep.
I'm sure you've watched.
He lobbied for that shit,
movie.
Dude. Yup.
Yeah.
Tried, Yeah.
Thomas Jane lobbied for Jonah Hex.
Yeah, check out Google.
Dude, I love Thomas Jane. Thomas Jane would be.
I do too.
He did the makeup, brother, like with the face and everything. Check it out. It's on Google. So
James is a total like Thomas Jane stan.
Dude, I got to tell you, like I rewatched that Predator movie with Thomas Jane in it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really like that movie. A lot of people hate it. But
I don't. The thing about a special needs kid being the next evolution of the human race was kind of ridiculous.
But an X-Men thing. They did that in X-Men too. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
That the Looney Tune crew, like the true, you know what I'm saying? Dude, that was fucking epic.
Brilliant. And dude,
I could watch a whole movie I could watch a whole movie structured around those fucking dudes.
That's not Shane Black's movie either. He said that's not my fucking movie. They like kept making me recut the movie.
So they redid it by committee.
I can't wait to see it, and I liked it, dude. It was just a lot of fun. It was a fucking fun action movie.
It was good, dude.
I can't imagine.
But I'm telling you,
you know,
like the fucking Looney Tunes, dude. Those crazy motherfuckers. They made the movie. You know what I'm saying?
That whole like with Keegan and yeah, what Hurley's saying with Thomas Jane, I loved it. You know, it was good seeing Thomas Jane back in like a mainstream movie again. He doesn't get enough credit. You know, he's one of those guys where he could play anything. Stephen King's giving him some love every now and then. You know what I mean? They'll toss him a movie or something.
That's
he played, dude. To play to a guy with, I mean, it sounds easy, like you just scream stupid shit out, but it's not, right? But Thomas Jane pulled off a dude with Tourette's, like fucking immaculate. He made it funny as fuck, dude. It was
Standard. You guys seen Standard? That movie where he's a South African bank robber?
Fantastic!
No, I've never seen that. What is it called?
Yeah,
Standard. Totally, that was like right around the time he was doing the Punisher, like when he blew up. Standard. And then he's got another. Like, he's got a TV show too, I think, where he's like in Australia and he's like a
I tried to watch that. I
heard it was good. I heard it takes some time to get cooking, but I heard it's good. But he's up there. He's in my top 20 favorite actors. I'll definitely watch anything with Thomas Jane in it.
Oh yeah, I tried. Well, there's one movie where they wrote him as a detective, and it was written so bad, dude. Like I was like, I can't do it.
No, it happens.
Turn the movie off,
happens.
Dude.
Like there was a vampire movie with Guy Pearce where it's like a redneck vampire movie where he's like a detective or something. It's on Tubi, and I'm like, and I was reading reviews about it, you know, and it says it takes a while to get going.
I seen that one. Yeah, it was terrible.
And I'm like, for some reason, my gut was telling me don't watch it. You know how like you can spend hours looking for shit, and you got to kind of just pick something because it's getting late. You know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what to watch. This is I need to start making like a list because literally I have like minutes because I'll start falling asleep, bro. And then
I can tell you that new black exploitation movie that Kevin Hart's in, TV series where he's the chicken man. Dude, that shit is fucking epic.
I gotta check that out.
It's fucking epic.
So right now, let's see. Let me make sure I save my page here.
It's on Peacock.
There's so many movies, dude. I'm literally gonna I'm just gonna like go on my phone and to the notations in my phone and just start writing shit down.
Dude, that's what I do.
Yeah,
I don't have that.
Dude,
my phone is filled with everything that I do now. Like I used to take notes. Now I just have everything in my. I have like three comic book strips in there that I just came up with this year.
Dude, if I see an anime I want to see, and I'm like, I'll take a picture of the TV screen with my phone and look it up later.
Like that.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. You know, or
we need it.
Cool snap.
We need it. We do need a Thomas Jane Old Man Punisher, but what we really, really need is we need Old Man fucking Blade. And I'm glad that the fans are letting it be known. Like
they are pushing hard for Wesley.
They're pushing hard, and they're not going to get it.
I heard Reynolds.
What's weird is Wesley Snipes is pushing back. Like he's like, no.
Yeah, right.
Why?
He's bringing
the balance
in a heartbeat. No, he's got to bring the balance, right? I heard Reynolds is pushing more now too. Like other than that first weekend push when the movie opened, because but I heard he's pushing more, like really trying to get it going. I hopefully they get another trilogy, man. Because there's I talked about this before. Like there's so many, like you got Madame Bathory, you got Varney, you got you got Camilla. That's just three off the top of my head. There's Arbuthnot, the Irish vampire. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many. You got Morbius, proper Morbius. They could do that, in his verse. That doesn't have to be. So
I mean, I'd love it if they actually do a decent Morbius movie, but I don't see it happening.
Oh no,
I don't either.
I'm excited for Craven though. I think that shit looks interesting.
It's not going to be Craven from the comic, but I'm kind of interested to see what they do.
The second trailer, after Deadpool just like destroyed the box office, they're like, oh, here's the rated R trailer. And like when I first saw the first trailer, I'm like, dude isn't speaking Russian. He's just British. The new trailer, he's in a Russian prison. He's like, speaking Russian. I'm like, okay, And then a lot of people were crying about the Rhino design. I'm like, that's Ultimate Rhino. That's how the Ultimate Rhino looks.
I kind of like the Rhino design. I thought the Rhino design was cool.
It looks dope as fuck. Like I actually like Rhino when he's like more humanoid, like kind of more anthropomorphic. I didn't
like the robot Rhino that they did in the
Didn't like that one. I like the OG one, or I like the one where he just straight up eats the serum and he's like half man, half Rhino. I like that more.
Well, the robot Rhino pulls away the tragedy of Rhino. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
he's
wanna get
supposed to
away
be
from the
stuck in
suit.
that suit. You know?
Yeah. I want to get away
That's
from
the
that.
problem.
You know?
Well, the deal is that he can never come out the suit. Like that's the tragedy.
Glued to
He's
him,
got
you know?
this power, but
Yeah.
it's like, but you can never take the suit off. You fuck.
Yeah. It's just like they always want to put everybody like in a metal suit for these Batman and like Batman, Ninja Turtle, and Spider-Man villains. Like just put him in the suit, you know?
Like I think it's because they got a stock like design and they just use that design over.
And then like Invisible Man, like it's like a trope now. Like let's put him in a suit. Let's put him in a suit. Like that's just like it's like fuck it. Like that's like a lot of different things now. Put him in a suit.
I can tell you can trace it all back to money. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting breaks on FX because they get the reused footage. You know, like serious, dude. Like,
did you guys hear about the new Venom movie? They put Null in there, and like Donny Cates and Stegman, the creators of it, they didn't even know that their character was in the movie until the trailer dropped. And then Danny Cates, like, he put Venom upside down and it spelled money. He's like, pay me. It's like, fuck, dude. And that was a good run,
that's
guys.
I wonder
that
if
run
they're
was
doing
fucking metal as fuck. It was sick. The whole,
I wonder if they're
like,
doing that because they're trying to
Null
dick them out of the money for their, you know.
Oh yeah. They're not giving him anything. Just like Aaron didn't get nothing for Christian Bale's gore. He didn't find out either till the trailer dropped either. They don't tell him.
Well, I heard Marvel. I heard DC is way better than Marvel on that shit. Like DC,
Marvel is Disney now, right?
I heard that
Marvel
too.
is Disney, so they're gonna be like, "Fuck, go ahead, sue us," right? Whereas, remember that story I told you that Denny O'Neil told about how like he went to see Batman Begins and he was like, "Oh wow, there's like my character Ra's al Ghul." And and the scene, you know, where Bruce Wayne falls into the well, discovers the Batcave. He's like, right.
And Adams too said it.
Yeah.
Well, Jim Starlin,
and they sent him a check. They sent him a check.
Yeah.
Well, Jim Starlin said he got paid more for one of his characters having a cameo in the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Than he did for Thanos being in all of the Marvel movies.
Wow.
And then what's his name? Van Skyver was always getting checks. He was always talking about getting checks. So I know DC
from
pays
DC,
him.
not from Marvel. Marvel is tight as
fuck.
Which is owned by
not Mousel.
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 Oh, not only are like Disney gonna like not pay you, they're actually maybe gonna fucking sue you. Just, you know, like, hey, you owe us money, like what they did with like Gary Friedrich.
Dude, I guarantee
finding Ghost Rider comics and selling them.
I guarantee you, within the next 2 to 3 years, Marvel's not going to be hiring artists anymore.
Nah, they're gonna go full AI.
Full AI.
Yeah. Even your boy Zach, like he's like, dude, I'm using AI 2 years. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going full AI. Like, what up, dude? Like, he don't give a fuck. I'm like, wow, dude, really, bro? He's drawing like kind of drawing a book right now. Your boy Zach, he's taking all his favorite covers of the books from like the 80s.
Oh yeah,
like
I know, it's a crazy idea.
Drawing all of them and kind of doing a collage, which I think is interesting. But that's crazy, dude. I would never do that, you know.
Yeah, well, we don't give a fuck. We just fucking speak our minds.
Oh
here.
no, we just say whatever the fuck we want. I was just stating fact that he gets.
Doesn't matter. He can't hurt us. Yeah, he can't hurt us. But yeah, really quickly, I wanted to show this since we're talking about Thomas Jane.
Nice.
Got my Elborak.
Oh, dude, yeah. I want to get Brand McMorrin those Del Rey books, bro.
These are, this is like a nice big giant fucking paperback. This is beautiful.
I gotta get that.
Really, really cool. But it has it's illuminated. It has illustrations by Tim Bradstreet and Jim and Ruth Keegan. And
Bradstreet, huh? That's crazy.
And look who we cast as Gordon, as Elborak.
Brian, your internet must be really, really terrible.
It's Jane, huh? I never even
Thomas Jane.
Does he got the mustache? Does he got the mustache in there? Why not? I would have made him rock the mustache. Like, sorry, dude.
Hey, give me 1 second. I need to go find something.
He would easily rock Elborak. You know, personally, I would hire like Pedro Pascal. That would be my pick.
He'd be good.
Even though he's fucking annoying, but he would be good.
This is really stupid right here because you can clearly see that the gun he's holding is a Desert Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have those in the 1930s.
I almost see like he would be a good Solomon Kane too at one point. You know, like when right after Punisher, like tell me you know he's all ripped up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go play Solomon Kane now. Like, yeah, I buy that.
Solomon Kane, fucking
There's a couple of Howard characters. Jonah Hex, but like, dude, I'm thinking like
look at that. That's totally him.
Like the Kirwan, he could have played those guys, you know. Brand McMorn, he could. Well, I don't know about that one, but there's some characters he could play definitely in the Howard verse, and there's still I don't know.
And his
Punisher's a shit though, dude. I love his Punisher. I like all the Punisher movies, but I love that one and I love the Stevenson one. You know.
Yep. No, I mean Stevenson was the best Punisher, I think, by far. But I really like Thomas Jane, and I really like Dolph. Actually, I think Dolph was very good.
And the Jane one, like that one was just like, oh fuck! Like I remember when it came out in the movie, the video game THQ that he voiced. It was so cool, right? And then Warzone came out, and I was just like, oh, it's so good. And then over the years, I'm kind of like, I like this one more, I like that one more, and it's like Warzone always kind of peeks its head out, you know, but. As far, I don't know, man. Like they're both.
The Thomas Jane one is the better movie.
Better movie, yeah, definitely.
That's the best movie of the bunch, I think.
And the thing is, like Stevenson looks like Punisher, but he's kind of like he ain't okay. It's like so. Jane was really fit, dude. He had like a 6-pack and all that shit.
Oh yeah,
like,
he was ripped.
Stevenson wasn't in that kind of shape. I like him more as Punisher, but he had all the armor on, so it looked cool. But if he took his shirt off, he would have been a little flabby. You know?
And he was the right age too.
You can even see in the movie in the beginning when he's wearing the wife beater. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? He don't have like the shoulders and shit. But when you see him though, he looks like a Bradstreet kind of, Jim Lee kind of big, you know, Punisher. You know, so
yeah, and you know, with a certain sense of gravitas, he felt more like the comic book character than any of the other incarnations.
Yep, I have to agree. Yeah, he's my favorite.
Timothy also wants to know, anyone seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs? No, I keep meaning to.
So good, Brian. It's a Western anthology, man. How dare you, Brian? What are you thinking?
It's on my list. I haven't been avoiding it like on purpose or any shit like that. It's just one of those things. It just fucking happens, man.
Dude, what's his name is horrible in there, bro. Liam Neeson. Oh man, he's such a piece of shit. So good.
What? No.
That's okay. You can be rude, man. You know.
Oh, dude, you can be rude as fuck.
We don't get our peepees hurt over here.
No. You're good. No, but I'm like that too. I'm always, you know, I try to be polite. Yeah,
definitely.
That's all good. To err on the side of politeness is never a bad thing. Anyone seen the Western movie Old Henry? It's Kino.
It was good, dude. It was really good.
No,
it's about Jesse James.
Oh, that's right. I heard about this.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, dude, they gave a shout out to Leone in that movie. Like it was really good. It was a really good movie. Low budget, and there was no women in there or no other, like they never put any like woke stuff in there.
There were no women in the Old West except ho ho hos.
Well, his wife had died, and he was raising his son by himself, and his son is a fucking asshole. So, like all teenagers, yeah,
right.
And,
yeah.
It was good, though, dude. It was a really, really good movie. Hey, I've heard good things about it. Let me give a shout out to these guys because they did make it right with the book they sent over. Well, sending over.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's called Automata.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And
I remember you showing the campaign for this. Oh, nice, beautiful black and white art.
Check this out, dude. It gets sick, son. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me I got a few pages marked.
Tim Blake Nelson is the leader in the Marvel universe.
Tim Blake Nelson?
Shit, dude.
Yeah, he's Buster Scruggs.
Oh, okay.
He's in the Incredible Hulk. Damn, that's dope. He's also going to be in the new Captain America. He's coming back. It's sad that Edward Norton's Hulk isn't in there with him. It's actually almost depressing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Edward Norton is he, I think, has made it difficult. He's supposedly difficult to work with.
He's a rich bitch. He's from aristocracy, so he's and he's good, but he's
like
he pulls
Benjamin
that,
Cumberbatch.
Yeah, he pulls that like I'm rich, bitch. Listen to me.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys.
But he's good though. That movie was
artist.
Dope. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, without a doubt. Nice.
So yeah, dude, like they took all the serial killers. I finished reading the book, and it doesn't end on a happy note.
Oh,
but anyway, that thing right there,
those
pods on its back, it grows these soldiers for the Legion of the 666th, and the 666th is it's all the DNA from all the serial killers through time. Yeah, and they breed them, and then they grow them, and then they put all these like cybernetic parts on them.
Oh wow!
And they basically create like a plague on man with it.
Wow!
Right?
Oh,
and then
metal.
The savior comes along and kills almost the whole platoon. Right? But the savior, even though he looks human, he's not. He's an AI. He's a robot in human skin, like Terminator.
Is he from the future?
No, he's not from the future. He's from the present. But he's it's crazy, dude. Like it's like in a future where like you can't get real meat. Like when people die, they have to reprocess their bodies into like grub. You know, like it blends everything from like Soylent Green to like fucking dude, it's fucking crazy. It's a crazy series. And I don't think they're going to be making any more. It's called Automata. I don't know how many they got left. Like they had a certain amount of these left, but dude, they threw this motherfucker in a paper envelope and shipped it from Singapore to the US.
Oh, that was the one you were telling me about.
Yeah, I'm like, what is wrong with you motherfuckers? Like, it was fucking it was not cheap to get this motherfucker. And it's pretty thick, but you know, when I got the book, the spine's broken, the fucking everything's bent up. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, I jumped their ass about it, and they made it right. So
that's awesome. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
you got to. You remember that jacked up book that
you purposely mailed to somebody because you were hoping they
look at Singapore and purposefully had to eat $28 fucking postage in hand, like yeah, but it's what other choice do you have? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat it.
Yeah, Vanna didn't get enough badass roles. He was awesome in Troy as Hector, and also Delivers from Evil was a good. Delivers from Evil was good. But he didn't get enough. That was a good. That was the
Chopper.
Chopper was dope, but did you see Delivers from Evil? I mean, it was very Hollywood.
Yes.
But it was also a cult detective. Like he was a detective in there, and I liked it. And I liked how it was all brought back from his time in service. You know,
kind
of Exorcistian.
Very much so. Very much in that genre.
He could at one point he probably would have been a good Batman. Even he looks a little goofy, but he could have pulled it off. Got big ears and shit, but he could have pulled it off. He is big ears, you know.
Big ears.
She is big ears.
Oh my God, Chopper, man! That movie just fucking.
Chopper?
I mean,
what was
I went out and watched that when I heard he was casted in the Hulk, so I was already, you know, because we were Hulk fans in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think I've seen Chopper.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah!
You're like, okay, this guy's
awesome.
playing Bruce Banner. I'm like, damn, this big old buff dude's playing Bruce Banner. I'm like, he's huge. He's gonna have to lose some weight. He's
he
huge.
was actually like fat.
He was just
really
puffy, yeah. But he was
right
still
or doughy,
stocky as fuck. Doughy, yeah.
Doughy, stocky dude. Like he transformed. It's like that's part of what actors do is they kind of sculpt their body to suit the character. And in that case, he was playing like a real guy. It's a biography.
I would have rather had him as Mad Max than fucking Charlie or whatever the fuck his name is.
Me too.
Yeah, no,
he's more because he does like he's a mechanic or some shit in real life. He did a bunch of blue collar work.
He did a documentary. He did a documentary about his car and how it looked like it was finally on its last legs. And this is a car that he had a relationship, a muscle car that he had when he was like in his like late teens.
Hey, as a motorhead,
like
I can tell you
family.
straight the fuck up that happens.
Yeah.
You would think that like there's such a big car culture over there that Miller would have casted an Australian to play Max, you know?
Did you guys see the Bike Riders?
Movie, so.
No.
You never seen the Bike Riders?
Oh, that's the new shit. Is that
Yeah,
I want to. That looks dope. It looks
Yeah, but
dope.
it was.
I really want
It's
to watch
actually
it.
it's a true story, and at the
Oh,
end
yeah.
they show you who the actual people were that these people were playing.
Oh,
But yeah, dude, he was
dope.
really good in the Bike Riders.
Oh yeah,
You know,
he's a great actor, man. I like him in Venom, the first one. I don't like it as a Venom movie, but he did a good job. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
The character he made in Dark Knight Rises was cool. He wasn't Bane, but he made a cool character. Yeah, he's good in a lot of shit.
One of my
man.
favorite movies is Way of the Gun.
Way of the
Always
Gun.
loved that movie.
Oh my god, that's a great movie.
I don't think
It
I've
Holy
seen
shit,
that.
that's a great movie. That's a fucking
Yeah.
Sam. You know what that is? That's a fucking Sam Peckinpah movie. It's not made by Sam Peckinpah, but that was somebody that was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a Sam Peckinpah movie.
Dude, it's got an all-star cast, dude. Like it's like everybody you could possibly want in that movie is in there.
Awesome.
you know?
Yeah,
He
love
fights
that.
a lot too. Tom Hardy, he does MMA a lot. Like he does championships all the time.
Does he really?
Yep. If you like, just go check it out. He doesn't advertise it either. People have to like find it like guerrilla style. He just goes out
That's
there.
when you
and
know
fucks
that a
people up.
motherfucker is serious. That's
He's
when you know
down,
a
dude.
motherfucker is serious.
Well, I seen him in Warrior. Like, is this the guy from Star Trek? Is this that little kid from Star Trek? And I see him
Do
in
you wanna
Warrior.
see
He's got these
great?
big old Brock Lesnar traps. I'm like, okay, yeah, he could play Bane.
A great
You know,
Tom
shoot it
Hardy
right.
Tom Hardy movie is Bronson. Bronson is
yeah.
brutal,
Bronson is
dude.
That was
great.
Yeah.
Not as good as Chopper.
one of the first ones I've seen
Clearly
him in too.
Yeah, I mean that Bronson is definitely inspired by Chopper. Not that it's
My Chopper.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Because I'm putting
although-
Chopper on my
different
list. I'm
movie.
watching that motherfucker. It looks
Oh,
I
bad.
always
my
got those two
God.
confused back in the day. But he was tiny, dude. That dude was tiny. Like if you go back and look at him in Star Trek, you know, do you remember him in there? The movie?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
With Ron Perlman and shit.
Yep.
It's just funny.
Yep. Yeah, I do. And Shogun on Hulu got another season. I still
wanna
haven't
watch that.
seen it.
Yeah.
I remember the original miniseries being
Wait a
good
minute.
for like
How can they have
TV.
another season?
I don't
They're
know.
gonna take their-
They want
After
more
the
if they
first
cover the
season. How the fuck?
If they cover the whole novel and the
Well, I saw an interview with the main actor, and he was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna pull from history and create our own shit."
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Hey, I'm down. I fucking liked it. I even thought the dude who was playing you born like the American, I was like, he was good. I was like, God,
It's a good
this-
universe.
Oh,
That's how I am about the Peter Jackson like Tolkien verse. You know, like I'll take whatever scraps I can get. Like, oh, thanks, Peter Jackson. Give me whatever you
Well, no,
got.
I mean, he was completely
the universe.
different than the original guy that played, you know, the American dude who became a shogun. Well, I mean, a samurai. In
Hulu's been
China.
turning out
Like,
some
his-
quality shit lately.
No.
Like
well,
the
what I
Hellraiser
love-
was good. Prey was good.
the Hellraiser
Hellraiser
movie was
okay.
really
I
good.
mean,
It was good. I mean,
I enjoyed it.
third best
I-
in the whole like 10 movies.
Yes, I agree.
it was
best.
better. I agree with that. It was better than most of the fucking movies.
I put it number 3 right after
Yeah.
Hellraiser 2. You know,
Exactly.
I'd rank it.
Yeah,
I'd
I
rank
would
it.
definitely say that.
Prey was dope. Little bit Mary Sue, but it was still dope.
Yeah.
There was a couple of other things too that I liked on Hulu, and that's Disney too. And they're kind of, you know, I don't know.
Sus.
They're doing an Alien TV show, Alien Earth. So that'll
Yes.
be interesting. I hopefully, dude, you know what I would love to see? I'd love for them
Yeah.
to see. I'd love for them to combine Alien and Blade Runner and Soldier with Kurt Russell and have this Kurt Russell be the main star of
Shit,
all the
dude.
movies.
That'd be
And Predator, all of them.
That'd
I'll be
Amazing.
straight with you.
They're all
I'd
connected.
rather they start
only do
pulling
that
some
in
dark
comics.
horse stories and
And
do
have
like
Deckard
build their alien universe off of the dark horse
RoboCop
stories,
versus
dude.
Terminator, for fuck's sake. It's a no-brainer.
Oh yeah.
Instead of making it like the 20th fucking Terminator sequel with fucking Schwarzenegger, do fucking RoboCop versus Terminator. Those are
That
two
would be awesome.
dead
Yeah.
franchises. By the way, the Netflix Terminator animated
it's awesome.
series is excellent.
It was good, dude. I liked it. I
excellent.
thought it was
The
great.
making of it looked pretty dope.
It's excellent. It's really
The
good.
little crossbow he's got. I was like, that's
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah, he like
Very-
he
very,
actually
like-
starts making modifications to his body. Yeah, it's really
Very punk.
interesting.
Very sci-fi punk. You know.
Well, it also created a nemesis to Skynet, but it wasn't. It's not an ally either to humanity. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like it's.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like it's like now there's 3 factions. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I
Dope.
really thought it was pretty badass. Yeah, let's check this out. This is just a little teaser. Since you haven't seen Return to the Street Fighter, a little scene from Return to the Street Fighter.
Ooh, nice, nice. It was oohing on that shit.
Oh, it gets worse.
A little bit of fun over here.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I'm in there. Right. I can't wait. Can't wait for this.
That is so fucking sweet, dude.
Now, do you understand?
He said, "Ooh,
why?
Ooh, bam."
Why the thought? Why these movies made me think? I think like Preston could draw an amazing Street Fighter comic.
It's like,
I think I'm getting profiled as like the gore guy.
Well, I mean,
I'm kidding.
I mean, that's the thing about being an artist is you can fuck around, do different things with different tones. Right? You don't have to have one style. You can have multiple styles. Or, you look at some writers, you look at someone like Mark Millar. What I love about that guy is that there's the Mark Millar that is like, a ordained Eucharist minister, right? Very religious, humble guy, all into like being charitable, takes his kids to do volunteer work every weekend. And then there's the guy that wrote Wanted.
Tonality,
and
man.
Kick-Ass, right? So it's just like you read like one bunch, you read most of his stuff and you think this is like a pretty like high-minded moral guy, and then you read Kick-Ass or Wanted, and you're like, maybe this guy's a sociopath, right? He's like taken his shadow self and he split it off from him creatively, and the shadow self needs to play.
Right. Yeah, gotta run free.
Dude, the movie poster for Damien Leone was like Terrifier 3. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Have you seen the popcorn bucket?
No, I haven't seen that.
Popcorn bucket. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're definitely gonna. Man. I got my ticket for.
What are we doing next week? Are we doing horror next week or Western? Okay, it's a
horror next week. Yeah, it's always like because that's the thing is like horror. I know I can always do in my sleep. I can yap about horror movies for like literally like half awake. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to choose from. Tubi has just recently uploaded a ton.
Some goodies.
Oh man,
goodies you got on Tubi right now?
Wreck, the remake of The Blob we still haven't done. The Haunting we haven't done. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. There's the Ratman. No, that's too filthy. Cemetery Man we still haven't done.
That sounds cool.
Did you do the Book of the Dead, like Clive Barker? Like Books of the Dead, but
Books of Blood
of the Dead. Book of Blood, not Books of Blood, but Book of Blood. The first version of
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I just seen it. I seen Books of Blood, but I never realized there was one before that called Book of Blood, and I checked it out. It was I don't know. I liked it better than his do-over. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a little bit better than Books of Blood.
Yeah, I mean, God, yeah, I really didn't. I've only seen the Clive Barker version. I didn't realize that there was.
No, that was a Clive Barker version. Like, wait, are we talking about?
Oh no, wait, it's John
same
Harris.
Movie? Or...
Yeah, no, well, yeah, no, you're talking about Clive Barker's Book of Blood, which was directed by John Harrison, who did actually it was mainly a composer, did the soundtrack for Day of the Dead, and then was the director of the Dune miniseries. That was
fucking horrible, dude. That was terrible. It was. Everybody said that was the closest thing to the book. I was but it sucks. Like it
was. I mean, look, they're all three adaptations are deeply flawed in their own ways. I think, and they all have their virtues too. I've softened a great deal on David Lynch's Dune, but that's mainly because of the TV cut, because the TV cut is a much better film. Lynch was putting too much of himself in there. There are all these weird like Lynchian touches that just don't belong there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I like Lynch being Lynch, obviously, But it's like sometimes you have to be like Peter Jackson and be like, you know what? I'm going to try to make Tolkien's Lord of the Rings.
See,
right?
but Peter Jackson was in love with Tolkien's work. That's the difference. Like these guys are in love with
Guillermo del Toro. He said, like he famously said, you know, I had a choice. I could either make Blade 2, the Guillermo del Toro movie, or I could make it Blade 2, the Kick-Ass movie. And I chose to make it Blade 2, the Kick-Ass movie, because he knows that's what we want.
It's one of his best movies, too.
It is.
It really is.
It really is.
Absolutely the best comic book movie, too.
First shot, by the way, of Oscar Isaacs as Frankenstein.
He's playing him?
Yeah.
Because they weren't saying like they were being
look
kind of
Swiss or German at all.
they were kind of like playing coy with it for a long time, you know, like who is who,
I don't know who the monster is.
Yeah, like, they won't say who's who, like who's Frankenstein, who's the monster.
By the way, before we sign off, gotta show you all. Yeah,
dude, I can. Why are you so bitmapped?
Like, it's like my
really distorted.
Oh yeah, it's like that on my screen too.
It's my internet connection. I think it's like my. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, usually like there's usually happens like when the weather's funky. I know there's a storm headed here. It's not here yet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think you've been talking too much shit about Hollywood and they throttling back.
I think you've been talking too much shit about fucking Sonny Chiba, motherfucker. How do you think about that?
Yeah, but my internet's good. I'm just saying,
so you would not be talking that shit if fucking Sonny Chiba was still alive, because you'd be thinking, what's he gonna do to me? He's an old man now. That old man would fuck you up. Make your eyeballs hit you on the back of the head, make your eyeballs fucking pop out.
Then if Sonny Chiba doesn't want me making fun of him, then he should get with more attractive dudes. I'm just saying. Like
Keanu Nunu. But dude, seriously, I mean, when I saw that shit and just the expression on Keanu Nunu's face, I was just yeah. I mean, it just, what can I say? I love people that are in touch with their 13, 15-year-old selves. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like we have to be like that. You know, I don't think you could be a comic book creator if you know, your inner fucking child, as they say, isn't ascendant. But yeah, check out these alternate covers right here. Some of these look really beautiful.
Crazy. Is that that's the Universal ones, right?
Yep. Yeah, by Skybound. This is by Francesco Francavilla, one of my favorite.
Oh, that guy's big.
Artists.
He was doing some of that absolute Batman art.
And it's interesting. There's two that center on the flowers and the little girl that he drowns. See, that one is too.
James Hurley.
I never realized he actually drowned that little girl in the movie. I thought he accidentally injured her, but I guess I wasn't paying attention enough.
Well, dude, you may have only seen, because remember that footage, the restored footage, which generally you watch Frankenstein, it's in there now, right? Yeah. It's a piece of footage that's been restored and it's pretty much canon.
So they tried to take it out.
Because it was edited out of the original movie because it was considered too shocking.
That's
right.
All right. That
you can't show him murdering a little girl. Meanwhile, by cutting away, it makes the monster seem completely cold-blooded. Because in that scene where he drowns the little girl, he freaks the fuck out. He didn't mean to hurt her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is like the one being that was kind to him, and he just fucking killed her, right? Because he just looks at the flowers and he's like, oh, the beautiful things belong in the water. Because he's still in his infancy.
You see, but that's one of the reasons why I didn't understand, because they cut out one of the major portions of the movie that explains why. Because I didn't even think the little girl was dead. I thought she was just injured, and everybody freaked out about it because it was, I don't know, dude. Like it's
And I'm finding it really difficult in my heart to forgive Matt for coming up with the term Frankenstein before like you or me. Because I use that on the regular now. Like, oh, the people are like, oh, that's really clever. Did you make that up? I'm like, no. That's my homie Matt. Homie Matt came up with that. God damn.
Oh yeah. James Hurley, Dylan Dog. I actually watched that with my kid the other day.
dude, that's good. I like that.
I remember watching it the first time thinking it was okay. Going back and watching it again, I like it a lot more.
I do too. Yeah.
Kicks a lot of butt in there, dude. Like he fights a lot. It's in Louisiana, right? New Orleans. And
your boy that played he was on he was in Superman, but he was also in the American version of Being Human.
Oh,
and
okay.
he was really good as a zombie, dude. Like the way he was.
Oh, he was funny. Yeah, his buddy. Yeah, and that's the whole lore. It's brilliant, and I know it's an Italian comic book, and it's just like I don't know, like that Dylan Dog was awesome, man. It was from the director of TMNT, like the CGI TMNT movie. I remember when it came out, and just man, it's like I want to see Constantine too. That's a cool movie to kind of and it has its own lore where he's there to just keep a peace between the vampires and the zombies and the werewolves, and see
if you ever get a chance.
Matt,
check out the American version of Being Human. I think you'll like it, dude.
I remember seeing like previews of it back in the day and thinking, dang, I got to check this out. My only complaint about Dylan Dog was the werewolf effect makeup on specifically Kurt Angle. I thought they could have done a better job, but the zombies were cool. The big buff demon at the end was dope. Tay Diggs was funny in there. Upon second viewing and like after all these years to let that movie sit and rest, I could see that movie being a cult classic. And that dude looks
I liked it.
like
I thought
Dylan
it was
Dog.
really, really good.
It's fucking dope.
Which one are you talking about?
Dylan Dog.
Dylan Dog? Really? Damn.
Yeah, I was really harsh on it, dude. It's a lot like Renfield, but like a little more chill. You know what I mean?
It was to me, it was kind of like generic at the time, but now I'm looking back on it, I'm like, dude, it blows a lot of movies that made today.
No, it does.
Like,
and I was like, dude, this is like a Supernatural ripoff, bro. This is like some CW bullshit. And then going back and watching it, going like, nah, I kind of like this now. It's pretty dope, And just he investigates. He's like, oh, okay, I know what type of werewolf hair this is. This is a specific family. They're not supposed to be around here. Like this is the detective stuff. I'm like, nah, this is pretty good. And like, I don't know if maybe it's a different version, but it seemed better than the last time I watched it. And it's a good one. It's a decent movie.
I will definitely just added that. Just added to my list. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. Actually,
I like the zombie stuff. Yeah, it's just cool.
I like how they have a whole underground network of zombies where they have parts that you can educate. I was
like, I got a cholo arm.
That's fucking awesome.
The guys that work at the morgue, they're zombies, and they got to keep wearing makeup and stuff. Like,
the diner where it's all zombies that work at the diner, and it's.
Oh yeah. No, that movie's dope, dude.
You know what's funny? I've read the comic book, and
I had a feeling
like this sounds like it's not like both that there have been two Dylan Dog movies, right? The first one is Cemetery Man, aka Delamore Della Morte.
That's supposed to be a Dylan Dog movie?
Yeah.
Hey, can we watch that, dude? Was that the one you're talking about?
Based on that, anyway.
Yeah, I had no idea it was a
Dylan
Dog.
That's the one you're talking about a few weeks ago or like a month ago? Was it Cemetery Man or Graveyard Man or something?
Cemetery Man.
Can we watch that? That sounds cool, man.
Delamore Della Morte.
I would love to watch that. And it's on,
all right.
I'd say it's on Tubi.
Done, son.
I mean, if you guys are down. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely different than that Dylan Dog we're talking about. It's completely like he's not an investigator or anything. Like he works at a cemetery.
Yeah, and basically just puts the dead back in their graves, and it has
an ending.
Yeah,
is that what it's like in a comic? Like
no, not at all.
Oh, okay. Is he like a
so I
think in the comic?
I think that's why it's not called Dylan Dog.
Oh, okay.
I think it was inspired by the Fumetti because Dylan Dog is an Italian comic book. And remember, we haven't gotten a lot of Italian comic books over here. In fact, the Your comics are finally being translated into English, but like the Diabolic comics, I've never been able to find those in English, which pisses me off.
Peter Stormare is in there too. He's in Constantine and he's in Dylan Dog.
Man,
I always thought Dylan Dog was going to be a Constantine ripoff, but it's not. Like he's there to strictly make sure that there's a peace kept between the werewolves, the zombies, and the fucking vampires in New Orleans, you know. And I'm like, oh, this
it's really good. Man.
I like that.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
It's like the perfect place to have like something like that happen too,
dude.
like New Orleans.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Oh God, yeah. Because
if y'all ever come down, we got to go to the voodoo shops in New Orleans. Like I used to do work for those guys. Like it's badass over there.
I want to go down there one of these days.
Oh, dude. Well, I definitely would love to come. Would love to come down there, and we also got to start talking about a convention or something because we need a meetup for sure. Yeah, you know, definitely. I need to dry hump you guys like for reals.
Probably be like Preston's area because that would be like the halfway point, you know.
Yeah. So, no, that would be perfect.
Yeah,
I guess it is
the exact halfway point.
And then we won't have to do gay cyber sex over the internet. Well, you
wouldn't have to pay for a place to stay.
Naked Twister
that right now, like
get the bring over the. Oh man, I heard that P Diddy's having a big sale on the fucking baby oil. Right, so
really?
Get some of that shit and fucking slather ourselves in that. Play Naked Twister.
Did he?
Yes, I'm not even. Yeah, no, I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up.
I know he's getting fucked up right now. They're coming down. They got him now.
What the fuck did he do? Dude? Like it was
a lot of bad.
Oh, a whole lot of bad shit. Evil, fucking Epstein
really?
Shit. Yeah, and they got receipts.
Shit, dude.
I saw like the press conference on ABC. I was like, ooh.
Mad crazy receipts.
Like you know how Epstein is always like, you know, like they have proof, but it's like with P Diddy, they got more dirt. You know,
was he the one that was married to a Kardashian?
Yes, I think so. I think so. I can't say for sure because I try to stay as ignorant of pop culture as I possibly can.
No,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kanye's fucking nuts too, though. But he's right
he's
about
completely fucking bipolar.
But he's nuts. But he's right about
not getting help. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That dude needs meds and therapy like in a major fucking way.
You can see it in his eyes.
Oh God, yeah. No, I mean, like I said, that's like one of the things that you learn working in the mental health care field is like you learn to kind of like you can't help it. You start diagnosing people, right? And you get like give off certain vibes, and with him it was just like bipolar as fuck.
Is that why you've been texting Matt in a group saying he needs to get help?
Oh, big time. Big time. Let me wait, hold on a sec. I am trying. What am I trying to do here? That's what I'm trying to do. Hold on.
You guys are down for Cemetery Man.
For fucking sure, dude. For
sure. Preston, I don't know if you're down, buddy. Are you down with that?
I've seen it. I've seen Cemetery Man. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah. I mean, that's when you said it was like Dylan Dog. I was like,
we can do Dylan Dog for Brian.
Oh no, I'm probably gonna watch that tonight. But Cemetery Man is actually a movie that I've been wanting to do for a while because it is also historically significant in that it is the last great Italian horror movie.
No shit.
Yeah.
And it's a cult detective?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all.
That's why when Brian said like it was based on Dylan Dog, I was like, Cemetery Man? It's like
when I think of that, I'm thinking like Nightbreed. I'm thinking Nightbreed when you tell me Cemetery Man. I'm like, that was probably like Nightbreed.
No, it's not like Nightbreed either.
Okay,
it's weird. It's just
coming out of left field, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
You see that new Nosferatu poster that dropped? Looks pretty cool.
No.
Yeah, it's got him on it. Yeah, he's got his little part, his little hair. He's big, dude.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, I am too. Me and
the wife are gonna try to get out on Christmas Day and go watch it.
Here, let's check this out. This is the trailer for Cemetery Man, aka Dell'amore della morte, of love of death.
I'm the watchman of the Buffalora Cemetery.
My name's Francesco Della Morte.
I don't know how the epidemic started. All I know is that some people, on the 7th night after their death, come back to life.
It's true what they say, that the dead come back to life here at night.
With your consent, I'd like to marry Nagy.
Not as long, dear, as I've got a breath in my body.
We'll fix that right away.
Yes, you've got once you've got flying zombie heads, I think the only other movie that has a flying zombie head I could think of is Zombie 3.
It's got me definitely thinking like Guillermo, Burton, and Jackson already. I'm like, and
Right?
Raimi. So
It's not a bad movie. It's just not.
It really looks dope. It looks kind of like Frighteners a little bit. Dead Alive. Yeah, it looks good, dude. I'm excited.
Here's the thing. Suave, when this came out, he could have been another Guillermo del Toro. He could have been a Peter Jackson.
Could have, should have, would have.
That's how this movie was received.
So it looks like, I mean, Scorsese's, you know.
Yeah. But then it's like the Italian movie industry died, and you know, Hollywood.
He committed suicide, didn't he?
No. His wife got cancer.
Oh,
and
shit.
he's like a really serious Catholic, and he was just like, yeah, I'm just taking care of my wife. Yeah. And he did, and she got better.
I heard the priest told him that because he did that movie that his wife got cancer.
Oh, snap.
Killing the dead. Why didn't you just kill
them? Oh, that was a cool part. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was badass.
Just kill them. Movie looks dope.
Yeah. This is some like Terry Gilliam shit right here.
Yeah. That's like, dude, this movie looks sick, bro.
Why didn't you just kill
the living?
Are you listening to me?
Don't you believe me?
Are you
Tough.
Della morte, della morte.
Cemetery, man.
Della morte, della morte.
Yeah, because this came out around the same time as Kronos, right? Which was Guillermo's big launching pad.
Better than Kronos. Like I've seen Kronos. I love Kronos. I got it.
I do too.
This looks even better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I mean, this is like him just devolving through the whole movie, you know?
Yes.
Trying not to eat his kids or his grandkids, you know. And this looks a little more plot driven, you know.
Yeah, it's I guess I would call it art house horror.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Like all those directors I named, to me, they're all art house.
Yeah.
You know, and I love them.
So do I. I mean, I like art house horror might be my favorite genre. It's certainly one of them, right?
By default, like if you could work that into every horror type thing for the most part, unless you want to really like Exorcist or, you know, slasher them, then whatever.
Yeah.
But art house for me, it's like if I was making a movie, it would always have to fall back on that, you know.
Have you seen A Blood for Dracula yet?
No.
Oh.
Who's that?
I'm like laughing at that. Like,
who's in that one?
Udo Kier.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Horror and cult movie royalty.
No, I've heard of that one. I heard. Oh yeah, man. I don't know if
it'll crack you up.
I saw a trailer for it. I don't know if you showed it on here or something like that. Because he only did one movie, right, as Dracula, or he did or two, right?
No, just one. He did.
Okay, I've seen a trailer for it.
Blood for Dracula, and Flesh for Frankenstein. And Flesh for Frankenstein was very famously shot in 3D. And I believe that Udo's Frankenstein gets busy with a gallbladder. It's super tasteless. It's super.
That's
well, they're both super tasteless.
Sounds like some Dead Alive shit.
We seen Slingshot.
Super tasteless. What was that?
We seen that movie Slingshot the other night, and it's about the dude going to. He's going to the like. It's Ben Affleck's brother stars in the movie, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's with Ben Affleck's brother, Lawrence Fishburne, and the dude from The Boys, the French guy from The Boys.
Oh, okay.
And so they've been sent on this mission to one of the moons of Titan because it's got stuff like they need to go and replenish the atmosphere here. Except the dude cracks up on his way to the
Space Madness.
The reason why it's called Slingshot is because they have to go around Jupiter and use Jupiter's gravity to slingshot them the rest of the way.
That's cool.
And dude, it's a fucking head trip all the way through, dude. Like it is a fucking head trip.
You would recommend it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because it doesn't end. Like you're thinking like, oh, I know how this is going to end. And then when it goes to end, you're like, know it. And then fucking.
Definitely worth a watch.
Definitely fucks you up, dude.
Oh, it's got Lawrence Fishburne in it. Maybe they were going for a
It's good, dude. It's really good. Yeah.
Hey, Preston, did you hear about that new Dracula movie that Luc Besson's doing?
No, who's Luc Besson?
He's the guy that did like Fifth Element and The Professional,
Nikita,
and Nikita and Valerian.
When's it due to come out? It's
I'm not sure. Probably next year. And it's got like this one redhead ginger dude. He's playing Vlad, but he's got this suit. He's got the black hair, and the dude puts on the armor. The armor looks really cool, and it's from the armor master or whatever Smith that did Excalibur from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Christoph Waltz is in there. He's playing the Van Helsing-esque character, but it's going to be like take place mostly in France. So I don't know.
And Besson?
So is it based on like mythical Dracula?
It's loosely based off of the novel, but it's going to take just like every Dracula movie, right?
Well, one of my favorite movies is The Untold Tales of Dracula. And I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Untold Tales of Dracula?
I've never seen that.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, that's the one where I think it's called The Untold Tales of Dracula. Like it's
Dracula Untold?
Yeah, Dracula Untold.
Oh yeah. I like I hope, like I was saying, dude, I hope it's more like that and less like Bram Stoker's Dracula. But I think it's gonna be more like Bram Stoker's in the event that it's more romance, you know? Because Dracula Untold,
Dracula
all action. That's why I loved it, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I was looking for a continuation of that one too. With the
dude that movie was the shit.
Game of Thrones,
pull his hands off and shit.
Yeah,
no, that'd be cool, man. Like, yeah, my brother, dude, I tell you, my brother-in-law went to the castle like a month ago to Bran Castle, you know. And
did he grab you any dirt?
Nah.
Motherfucker.
He was in Romania, man, and like it's crazy because the castle that like because he had like 3 castles, and real quick, there's a hotel Transylvania, the kids movie, the castle that they have of the hotel, it's just a flat brick wall, you know, and Castle Bronn is like that when it's just got 2 little windows, but that wall kind of looks over the city or the little town, you know, and that's where Dracula spent most of his time. I think Stoker, that's where he really envisioned the novel to take place, you know,
like the real Vlad Dracula, like he was they have like a story about it. It's a legend, right? Like how he eliminated poverty or the homeless in his country.
Yes.
Do you remember it? Like,
yeah, he threw a feast for them. Yeah, threw a feast
in the church, and then he burned the church down.
Yeah, I heard of that one too. Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck, dude. This dude is fucking metal. So
much stuff. Like,
well, I mean, that's the thing. Dracula can be very metal. That's why I'm not really hopeful for Dracula, a love story.
That's what's called Dracula love story. I think it's gonna have probably like a cool 10-minute origin, like some cool Vlad shit. That's what I'm thinking it's gonna have, like some crazy bad shit Vlad shit, and then it's gonna be all romance. I guarantee you.
Like the real Dracula was metal. You know what I'm saying? You have to outdo that if you're gonna do something.
I think they're gonna do a little bit of Dracula Untold in the first 10 minutes of this Luc Besson version, and then the next like 2 hours of it's gonna be all love and romance bullshit with him through the ages. You know, that's my guess. That's my guess.
Pining after his lost love.
I'm gonna watch it though, regardless, because that director's dope.
Oh, and it's Luc Besson, so I'm
like
curious.
If you see that actor, dude, you've seen him in 1,000 movies. And when you see him like interviewing him, Collider.com interviews him, and he goes full Vlad. He's in character through the whole interview. He's got black hair.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Like, who is this guy? Like, you know, and you could tell he's committed to the bit. So I'm like excited for it. And then Christoph Waltz is playing Van Helsing, and he's gonna be in Guillermo's Frankenstein. So
yes,
that's gonna be dope.
Which is insane. So he's having like a very fucking monstrous fucking year. I mean,
little Hammer moment, little Peter Cushing moment for him, little Christopher Lee moment, right?
But that's the thing. Wherever one goes, the other always follows behind. Is always right on his fucking heels. Always. If Dracula's popping up, Frankenstein is popping up, and vice versa.
And Wolfman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Wolfman
I'm just not
the unholy trinity.
Wolfman will make me cry, dude. Like, dude, that Wolfman thing. I got a bunch of I did a little short about it on. I got a bunch of views on that shit. You know.
Oh, did you? I haven't seen that. I mean, I always watch your reviews, and
just a short.
Reviews are always great.
I just read Violator #1. That shit's fucking dope. Kyle Haas.
Talking about the old Todd McFarlane Violator.
The new one that just came out.
Oh,
he's doing a 6-issue one, and Kyle Haas is doing like the interiors, but not on this one.
Oh,
so
shit! Get out,
dude.
Okay.
Dude, it's dope, bro. Like the first issue. But no, he didn't do this one. But the first issue, dude, I'm telling you about right now, is dope. He's a fallen angel. I don't want to spoil it, but I did a review and I did a short on it because it was such a cool book.
Huh, that's an interesting
the War in
take,
Heaven, dude.
actually.
He's part of the War in Heaven clown. You know, he's a fallen angel named Bazil. You know, I don't want to spoil it, but I kind of spoiled it in the short. But I'm like, well, I can't wait to see what, because Viking spawns in the next one in Violator 2. Viking spawns in there, and Kyle Hotz is drawing it, and he's doing interiors, and he never does interiors, and he's doing the covers. So I'm like, dude, I got.
Well, he used to do interiors like crazy, especially.
Yeah.
One of my favorite books that he did, and this is was Nightman, right?
Oh.
Or it wasn't Malibu. It was
Top Cow.
It was when they launched all those crazy ass books. You know,
he did Rune interiors also. That Rune book looked dope.
Yeah, you did Rune. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle Holtz killed it, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's
like one of the best
covers now. That's why I was like, whoa, he's doing interiors on some Violator shit, and it's Viking Spawn. It's like I'm looking for that one, and I'm also looking for Dark Ages by Liam Sharp. And McFarlane says he's down to work with anybody, but he just needs to know, is it going to take 2 years or 20 years? I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, let me know. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That means
I'll
he's cooking
send him
out a bunch of stuff with a bunch of artists. You should.
I'll send him a message on Instagram. And
you should.
I did, but I haven't heard anything back. I don't think he checks his messages. There's almost no way to get in touch with this motherfucker.
He does that, and then he has Twitter too. I'm pretty sure he's on Twitter for sure.
I'm trying to get in touch with Twitter, Razor Fist, because Razor Fist said hey, yeah, come on, and I'm like, dude, what's your email?
Right. You should talk to Only Death Can Save This guy, and because he was on with Razor Fist. I'm sure he's got a way to get into contact with him. So.
Yes. That actually strikes me as the way to go. But anyway, let's wrap up the stream. Next week we are doing Cemetery Man.
Nice.
It's about time. And Preston, tell these fools where they can find you.
Right here next week, this time. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And Matt, tell these fools where they can find you and all your shit, all your cool shit.
You guys could find me on Twitter at Runecutter Comic. If you guys want to check out my channel, I do comic book reviews, movie reviews, metal, and that's Metal Movies and Brewskis. And on Saturday nights, I do a hour live stream at midnight where we talk about monsters and movies, metal, comics, that type of metal shit. And if you guys want to check out my gothic horror western, Butch Cleaver, go to butchcleaver.com. I deliver the next day or whatnot. Those books got a lot of tchotchkes up there. Brian, thanks for having me on.
Oh, dude. Thanks for being on. I'd hate to have to be here all by myself just fucking freestyling. That shit would be awkward as fuck.
It is.
Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. We really do appreciate you. Spank that like button and the subscribe button and ring ding ding dong the bell for notifications. And we will see you later. And until then, peace, love,